The reason why I have to come in quickly now, because I need to introduce this video that I want to play to you guys now. Remember that there's this trended video, short clip of El-Rufai's son, Bello El-Rufai. I would like us to listen to him because the guy talk for that video, you know, Sheun or Kimboloye, you know, I know they sabi pronounce that his own name properly. Sheun that worked on channels, you know, interviewed him, but although on his own YouTube channel, you know, interviewed him on his own YouTube, not channels, on his own YouTube channel. So that guy talks so many things, which I would like us to listen to. Magnus Oraka have responded to him as well. I'm also going to play that one, but I'd like us to take it from here, my people. But let's take this like for that first, because I already see we have over 200 people already watching us across now, 242 people watching us across. Nigeria watch have about 150 there. So we only have 42 likes. Press on the like, my people. Press on that like. May God bless every one of you. And for those of you that want, you know, that lives in America, or even though you don't live in America, you want to vote on the opinion poll that I put there, please click on it. But the question is, who do you want as the next president of America? Trump, Biden, or none of them? Just click on anyone right there. At the end of today's broadcast, we're going to bring it to the screen to let you know the result that we have for you guys. I appreciate every one of you, my wonderful people. Please, the hashtag of Free Nnamdi Kanu. Don't forget, we are on a campaign till the end of March. Please do your part, do your part, do your part. It's very, very important. And let's do this together. God bless every one of you right there. Josh Blucher in the building. Thank you very much. Washington Omorege. Thank you very much. I appreciate you all. Peter Ife, thanks for joining us. Adola Watch, I can see right there. Also Francis. God bless you all. Austin Priest. Thank you, my wonderful people. Okay, meanwhile, let's listen to El-Rufai's son on this particular video quickly.
Who is better than the Peter Obi?
Well, without a doubt. Well, you should see my tweets.
So you think that Tinubu is better than the Peter Obi?
Well, without a doubt. Well, you should see my tweets. There's nothing to hide. Absolutely. Absolutely.
If there's one part of your father's life that you never wish to live, what would that be?
I'm living it now, Sean.
It's a difficult one to be a politician.
Oh, it is.
Like a father.
There are two ways to look at it. Okay, about the most. I'll probably get in trouble for this, but I don't care. The people enjoying Nigeria now are politicians that don't care. Okay, if you don't care, you don't have a conscience. It's a fantastic job, particularly to be a lawmaker, you know, because there's no a governor. There's so much attention on governors. You've interviewed many of them. So if as a governor your state is failing, people will shine the eye on you. You know, but as a legislator, you know, decent salary, you know, if you don't care, it's a good job. But if you care about your KPIs, you want to achieve a lot, being a Nigerian politician, it can be very difficult. Being a lawmaker, as you know, that's the line for me. There was an idiot cleric, lately a Muslim cleric, that came out and wished Her Excellency, the First Lady, Senator Remi Tinubu, to die, you know. He came out to apologize later. I certainly hope the DSS are not taking his apology. It's only in this country that you say something like that and come out and apologize. But look, Sheon, again, let me get back to my dear friends, the obedience. A fire happens, and you have human beings coming out and saying, who did those people vote for? An explosion occurs in Ibadan, in Oyo State, and your first reaction as a human being is to say, the people that got burnt, who did they vote for? Are those people that speak like that human beings to you? Just because Nigeria is in a tough state, so we need to reject. I'm the first to come out and say leaders have failed. I'm sorry, we have some horrible citizens and we need to engineer. Of course, the first step to sort that out is something you said in your last show. That if we want the citizens to trust us, then maybe it's high time we stop flying. We stop throwing parties. You know, we sacrifice together, but we have to do it together. But there are bad people around. You know, it's been bothering me. They are lucky I've retired.
So you're concerned about the obedience and the manner in which
No, not just obedience. I just use them as an example. I like provoking them. But it's just our people. We've lost a sense of compassion and humanity.
You always
if somebody dies, I'm not going to ask them, did he vote for Tinubu? I'm worried he died. I'm worried how his family feel.
Like looking for the obedience trouble.
Yeah, they used to like me. They don't touch me as much. That's why I don't believe in polygamy, even though my father has 3 wives.
To Nigeria, according to your comment, I agree with you 100%. That's why I wanted people to listen to this. We still have about 6 minutes to go. You know, if you want to watch the full videos, you can go to Seun's channel, Mike on podcast. You know, but I want us to finish this.
But secondly, that is not my job. I know very well that if I give you money to add a second wife, but you're adding to a problem. You know, you add to children, I'll be the one to pay for their school fees. So I don't want those problems. I have enough in
so
mind.
So you're a man of one man, one wife. That's your own philosophy.
I tried to do that.
But I thought you said your father is your mentor.
Yeah, no.
But in that area,
I say it's not perfect.
So in that area, maritally, you wouldn't follow his footsteps.
No, I don't. I'm a bit. I don't want to say a white boy tendency, but I do. You know, but that's not even the point. I know myself. I know what I can take. So I don't start things I can't take. Even fights. I don't, you know, if I know I won't win a fight, I don't go in.
You find it as a privilege being a chair of a very juicy committee as a finance committee.
Yeah. It's banking.
I'm a banking
regulation.
I mean,
yes.
that's...
Yeah, but you're right. It's a tier 1 committee and it's a privilege. And I will not, I thank the speaker, Honorable Tajudeen Abbas,
who is also from your state.
Yes, and of course,
but it's not political nepotism.
Well,
he's your man. He gave you a juicy committee.
No. Actually, let's debate that. Is it if my father was speaker and he gave me that, then it could be nepotism, right? Because he's my father, you know. But if the speaker, who by accident is from Kaduna, and then the governor, who was the banking chair when I was his SLE and chief of staff, is from Kaduna, and then he and the speaker decide to give me banking, I think it's more privilege than nepotism. Nepotism is when John F. Kennedy made his younger brother, a brilliant attorney, the Attorney General of America, as president. That
No, my friend, you are wrong on that. Nepotism is not all about affiliation with family members. Nepotism can be for anybody, is a general thing, depending on the relationship you have with the person. And you are fixing the person in one particular position that they didn't or they don't supposed to have. So nepotism is not about family. Is a general thing. Nepotism, I can practice nepotism by giving a job to my friend, you know, and he's not qualified to have that job. So it's not about family, because he's trying to put it like, oh, you know, if it was a nepotism thing or all that, your father would have done this or not. No, it's not a family thing. Nepotism can be described in depend on the situation. It could be your friend, your neighbor, or whatever. But just because you have 1 or 2 connection with this person, you want to pay this back, you know, by appreciating them of the past or what they've done for you in the past. Then you put them in a position they don't supposed to be. So nepotism, it can be seen that way.
It's nepotism. You know, it's the argument right now, my dear friend Sheyi Tinubu. The argument that is nepotism, I've not seen it. You could question maybe the ethics, depending on how you feel. But till the president of Nigeria makes Sheyi Tinubu Minister of Youth, I wouldn't call it nepotism by definition. But it's certainly privilege.
Nepotism doesn't have to be biology. It has
that's
to be
what I'm asking you. I don't
people
know.
who are close to you. Because if you have a speaker who extended the privilege to you of heading a tier 1 as a first-time lawmaker.
What if I'm very qualified?
Yeah, but
I'm not. I was joking. I don't have a
but there are those who will say they are returning. They are ranking member who would have headed a tier 1.
I get the question.
So you don't see a problem for those who find one in Sheyi Tinubu and his brother being on the president's entourage, and perhaps the manner in the protocol you had the both children before a very top-ranking minister.
Your team is going to enjoy this part because I answered every question bluntly, and I love this podcast, but I'm not going to answer that because she is my friend. I'm proud of him, and this is not what it's about. You know, I honestly don't think it's a big deal.
Then this is favoritism. You know, you see, it comes to Sheyi now. He say you don't want to talk because Sheyi na your friend. You see him? So one way or the other, you know, he's already guilty of what he's talking about. Although we are getting somewhere, you know.
You know, these are the things that bother me. You know, we like to fuss about Governor Sanwo-Olu's watch when we should be commending the red line. You understand? I don't think those are our focus. But even I would even say it's your friend. If not, I was ready. And what has changed? Let me conclude with this. I saw early on that young people have a right to be angry. Now I have no choice but to not fear young people because I know if I don't perform, the old guard will block the doors for young people. But if young people want to be foolish, disrespectful, not to me, I'm young, to elders, to make a point, to trend, to TikTok, let them keep being stupid. That is not how you gain power. That is not how you come here. That is not it. And we've lost it. This is why I'm telling you, if there's a tragedy now in Nigeria, you find young people behind keyboards. If you see themselves, you laugh at them, you know. But because you're online, there's a tragedy elsewhere in Wuse Market, and your first thought is, who did anyone vote for? Let me end it with that. We know who won the election. If they wanted to defeat APC, Atiku, Kwankwaso, and Obi should have stayed in one party. Their votes would have accumulated to 10. It's arithmetic. Even an illiterate has a vote. So if you want to play politics, whether you like it or not, you must play. The day PDP divided their votes between Kwankwaso's 1 million, Atiku's about 6, and Obi's 4, Ashwaju found it easy. A Muslim was not any fanatic. Okay, we've done Muslim. Who has Muslimized Nigeria? Someone told me the only way to Islamize Nigeria is to put Islam in our jollof rice. It was politics. You are from Southwest. A Yoruba Muslim is at a disadvantage politically. Because if it's a Yoruba Muslim, to get a Northern Christian, do you understand the dynamics? You know, but people don't want to say this, and then they will say, if it was me, I'll do what is right. It's a lie. You've not been there.
Yes,
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you very much, my people. That is the end of that particular video right there. It's very unfortunate that although I agree with him in some area, but that last part, he didn't talk about the ringing because it's not, oh God, it's not part of, he don't want to discuss it because it's not part of the elites now. When we talk about political elites, I don't know. Somebody said the other day, I think it was Mr. Jonathan, we shouldn't call them elite anymore. I don't know what to call them. He's not part of them. It was once a chief of staff. He's not representing one of the constituency out there in Kaduna and all that. So he's gaining weight so much. So obviously you can't expect him to talk about how the election went. So he's talking about that, because Kwankwaso, Peter Obi and Atiku, you know, divided themselves, that's the reason why Tinubu won. No, that was not the reason why Tinubu won. Even at that, Tinubu did not win the election. Let's say it how it is. But meanwhile, Magnus Oraka have responded to this. Let's quickly listen to this, my people. I'm going to post out a link now. For those of you that want to join us, you can click on the link and join us here. And let's talk about all these things together.
You know, it's a Nigerian thing.
So you think that Tinubu is better than the Peter Obi?
Well, without a doubt. I think Lagos is more developed than Anambra. I don't see Atiku.
This very particular video has been trending, and the young man in this video is the son of the former governor of Kaduna State, El-Rufai. And quite frankly, I am not exactly proud. I'm not, again, exactly surprised that a leopard will always give birth to its kind. Looking at this child, you will know that this is the exact thing we've been preaching against. where parents who have biases transmit this bias to their offspring and therefore continue to perpetuate the problem of this country that seem to last almost forever. And our school system and educational system have not been able to change or perhaps give any hope to redirect our thought process to healing the many damage our forefathers have created to cut us along this hatred path. In this video, I carefully listened to it. As a matter of fact, I listened to it for like 5 times. And I want to analyze the things he said. Number one, he said, failure of leadership is not an APC thing or PDP thing. That I agree, quite okay. The failure of leadership stems from a traditional point of view. Like I said, I've said it here in many videos, that the problem of leadership is the lack of understanding that most people who take up the mountain of leadership do not understand that immediately they become leaders, they are no longer champions of their ethnic background, but rather champions of Nigeria. So far, we've never had leaders who are able to transcend their ethnic proclivity. El-Rufai, the father of this young man, is one of the same thing. As a matter of fact, this young man, I believe his name is Bello, right? Bello Rufai. These are just children of privilege. Imagine that child is not the son of El-Rufai. Imagine that child is the son of any regular Nigerian. That child will be one sort of broke ASS. That child, just take off the clothes and take off the privilege of even sitting with Shehu to speak. Beyond that, it's just nothing. It's just a child of privilege. Well, I wouldn't blame him. Shehu asked him if Tinubu, Peter Obi and Tinubu, who is better? And he said without a doubt that Peter Obi is not comparable to Tinubu. And he made example of Lagos being bigger than Anambra. That was exactly why I said this is a boy of privilege. When you make comparison, Anambra is Anambra, Lagos is Lagos. The privileges that Lagos had or still having, Anambra don't have it. Lagos had the privilege of being a colony, of being the place that missionaries visited, of being the capital of Nigeria. Anambra was what? Again, was a state created long after Nigeria became independent. So there is no way that you can compare Lagos with Anambra. You see, this is the reason why I'm also scared of Abuja. We use the collective patrimony of all Nigerians to build a place. Then when the place is developed, you say it is one man that developed Lagos. Tinubu came into power to governorship in 1999. 8 years after, 8 years, that is to 2007. So you mean Lagos was a bush before 1999? And Abiola built the foundation on which every other development came. When during First Act 77, all those flyovers that inundate Lagos, it is Tinubu that built them. It's amazing how people deceive themselves and they believe in those deceits. This is what I say. Well, I don't blame. It is stories told him that he's saying. Clearly, you can see that man has no intelligence. I think he put up a challenge that people should come out and debate him. That man, that Bello, I don't know if Shehu, I don't know. I'm just a lonely voice somewhere. That young man cannot even take me on for 10 minutes, let alone 30 minutes. He can't take me on. That you say, Tinubu, you don't compare. I can tell you that if you want to compare Tinubu in terms of rascality, yes, he's more than Peter Obi. In terms of criminality, yes, he's more than Peter Obi. In terms of doing things in crooked ways, more than Peter Obi. But we are talking about terms of character. In terms of character, Peter Obi is way, way ahead of Tinubu. If today, in any global function, take Tinubu out as the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Take Tinubu out as not being the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Put Peter Obi, you even included your father's name. Put Peter Obi, El Rufai, Fashola, and Tinubu. Who do you think the international community will invite for a function? That clearly answers you. If Peter Obi is not something, if Peter Obi had no caliber, if Peter Obi is nobody as he claimed, you wouldn't be talking about him. Even after election, he's still a threat. And the reason why you are talking about him today is because up till 2027, he's still a threat to anybody that is coming today. And I rightly agree with you that leadership is not about party, because today, Peter Obi, any party he goes today, even if he comes to that APC today, people will follow him there. Because a lot of us who have a better understanding of what life should be, we are following Peter Obi because of the person and not because of party. And in his comment again, he said he's passing a message to Biafrans and obedience. It's a shame that this young man can, merge Biafra and obedience together. You see, this is the obsession for the hatred for Igbo. So a lot of these northerners believe that our love for Peter Obi has anything to do with Biafra. Biafra is an independent struggle. I'm sure there are some Biafrans who voted for APC, and there are some Biafrans who voted for PDP. There are some Biafrans who voted for Labour Party. But the obedient movement are a group of Nigerians solely embodied by a consciousness of a better Nigeria. So don't see because the name is obedient, coined after Obi, therefore it's an Igbo thing. And if it's an Igbo thing, it's a Biafra thing. It has nothing to do with Biafra. Neither, it's just a pure consciousness. It's a movement of people who want Nigeria to become better. I'm sure Nigeria being better is not within the realm of imagination of young boys like this who have the privilege of the money stolen by their dad. He said Peter Obi made mention of people who were born in Ibadan and asked who did they vote for. I'm sure, first and foremost, Peter Obi cannot make a comment like that. If he did, he must have been taking it out of context.
No, he didn't. He didn't. Mr. Oraka, many of your assertion is not right. I'm not sure if you watched the whole video. Most of the things you are saying is not right, Mr. Oraka. I have to disagree with you for once. He didn't say that. He said obedient. Obedient. He didn't mention Peter Obi name on that at all. Please, let's get it right. Let's say it how it is. He didn't.
I'm sure Peter Obi will say something like this. Those who died, which party they belong? Those that fire burnt, did the fire select them on the basis of APC or Labour Party or who they voted for? I'm sure Peter Obi will make a statement in that line of thinking, not who did they vote for. So these people are experts at misdirection and also are taking things out of context. Finally, he said that if Peter Obi wanted to win the election, he should have stayed. He, Atiku, and Kwankwaso should have stayed in one place. Let me tell you, young man, even if Peter Obi had gathered the whole of Nigeria to stay in one party, and Tinubu got only one vote, INEC will still have declared Tinubu as winner. So don't make it look as if it is the separation of Peter Obi from PDP that led Peter Obi from losing. INEC had already made up its mind that it was going to give Tinubu based on the fact that Tinubu said it is his turn, based on the arrangement they had with Buhari. You rule your own, then I come to rule my own. That's just it. So there was no election on the 25th of February 2023. There was no election. Election did not take place. So don't give us that crap that Peter Obi ran away with Otiku's vote. And then, in addition to that, this arrogant idea that anybody who wants to win election must have the support of the North, I think is overrated. The Southerners have their own population. It's just that we don't have a way to bring ourselves together. But I believe we are getting there. If at all there's going to be an election in 2027, I trust you and I promise you that what happened in this 2023 cannot happen I'm not going to say should not happen, but cannot happen. If it happens, then you will know that the time that you have used us to better yourself will end. This country will not know peace. My name is Magnus Oraka. Please follow this page and share this post now.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. I appreciate you all. Mr. Oraka, thank you very much for that video right there. You know, I'm your strong supporter, but most of the things you mentioned on the video, Mr. Bello Arifai did not say that. You know, in fact, he applauded Mr. Peter Obi. Yes, his last statement was wrong. I already talked about that. You know, you see, in this country, we should say things how it is, even though we hate somebody. If the same person you hate so much is doing the right thing or saying the right thing, please acknowledge it. That is me though. I don't know about others. You know, please let's you know, the Bello Erufai, you know, he is an outspoken person. I'll put that there. Most of the things he mentioned, I agree with him, but most of the things as well, I disagree. Yes, I disagree in most area, and I also agree with him in most area. Like he's saying that if any Fulani Esme killed anybody, they should be killed. This is the first time I'm hearing a Northerner saying that on a national TV. Yes, you know, or a public space. They should be killed or jailed, you know, but this is not happening in Nigeria. You know, he went on by saying so many things that I agree with. He also went on by saying things that I didn't agree with at all. You know, like saying that if Peter Obi didn't leave PDP with Kwankwaso and Atiku, he would have won and all that. No, I disagree with that, and I've previously disagreed with it. INEC ringed the election to favor Tinubu. That is the area I disagree with this man, because he don't want to talk on that area. He don't want to mention that at all, you know. So, and he also disagree with most things from his own father. So yes, we all are Nigerians. The hatred is too much. You know, let's pick the area that is not fair. You know, it just like for some of you that want to call in later, if you disagree with this man, that is absolutely fine. But you must be able to tell us what are you disagreeing with. If you are disagreeing with the video in totality, that means there's so much hatred, which, you know, which prevented you from seeing, or rather, magneting everything about the interview. So, nevertheless, I would like to appreciate every one of you right there. Thank you very much for your time with us. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you all, my wonderful people. That God and God bless you now. So we only have articles right now to present to you guys so that we can start talking. I posted that a link earlier on in case you want to call me. It's only 4 of us here for now. But let me quickly put this on screen. I have some interesting, or rather, should I call it interesting? No, shocking headlines for you right here. I'll start with this one. As you can see right there, Northern forces working to destabilize Nigeria under Tinubu's presidency. You know, like I said before, I don't really like taking on paragraphs because of time, but let me see if I can take one or two here. The presidency has blamed the latest kidnapping in the north on political forces in the northern region plotting to destabilize the country under President Bola Tinubu's watch. Presidential spokesperson Ijuri Egele disclosed this in an interview with TVC on Sunday night. Asked how soon Mr. Tinubu government will curtail the insurgency of mass school children abductions witnessed in the Kaduna and Sokoto last week, Mr. Egele said much work had gone into securing the country, resulting in a relative stability in the southeast. So I'm going to leave that one right there quickly. Let me move on. In case you want to read more, that one is coming from People's Gazette. Let me put this on screen as well, you know, so that we can take all of them. Guys, do your part, press on the like button, and let's do this together. And God bless my people. Okay, you can see the Akpabio's political jabs insensitive. He complained that Peter Obi received greater applause than him at Wigwe's funeral Atedo Peter side. Yes. Yes, the video is circulating everywhere. You know that Akpabio complained that how come people applauded Peter Obi in the Wigwe's funeral than him as the Senate president. But meanwhile, I'm not going to focus on that. I'm going to move on right now. 1 minute. Please bear with me. Let me quickly pull another one on your screen here. Then Mr. Peter Obi have this to say here. Hold on, guys. Mr. Peter Obi asking Tinubu, explained alleged 3 trillion budget padding to Nigerians. Peter Obi tells Tinubu Presidency, National Assembly. Okay, let me quickly take this one. Obi described the alleged separate budget containing 3 trillion naira, which differs from what was passed by the National Assembly as a breach of trust between the Nigerian people and their elected leaders. There'll be one small go that one in. They don't know, say we will know. But nevertheless, let me move on. Mr. Peter Obi, the candidate of the Labour Party in the 2023 presidential election, has called on the administration of President Bola Tinubu and the leadership of the National Assembly to explain to Nigerians the purpose and process of adding the alleged 3 trillion allocation to the officially approved national budget for 2024. Obi described the alleged separate budget containing 3 trillion, which differs from what was passed by the National Assembly, as a breach of trust between Nigerian people and their elected leaders. According to the former Anambra State Governor, Nigerian people deserve full accountability for all the scarce resources placed in public trust. He questioned why such discrepancies should exist in the first place. Then Obi, who stated this in his tweet post on X account late Sunday night, which was just yesterday, stated, unquote, I find it deeply disconcerting and a matter of grave concern and even shameful to read about the alleged 3 trillion discrepancy between the budget approved by the Nigerian Senate and the one being implemented by the presidency. One senator claims there is a separate budget allegedly containing the 3 trillion naira that differs from what was passed by the National Assembly. The alleged discrepancy is especially worrying because it represents over 10% of our national budget, estimate at 29 trillion, and is more than the combined education 1.54 trillion and health 1.38 trillion official budgets. Mr. Peter Obi went on. Bear with me, guys. You know, when I scrolled up like this, I don't see where I did. This lack of transparency is managing public fund is a breach of trust between the Nigerian people and their elected leaders. Every naira of our budget, especially in these challenging times, should be judiciously used to build a better Nigeria, he said. We also deserve full accountability of our scarce resources placed in public trust. Therefore, we, the Nigerian people, demand a public explanation from both the National Assembly and the Presidency regarding the purpose of and process of adding the alleged 3 trillion naira allocation to the officially approved national budget for 2024. Transparency and accountability remain the cornerstones of good democratic governance at all levels. This is our unwavering commitment to building a new Nigeria, which we insist remains possible. That is Mr. Peter Obi. I'll not say when it comes to him, I finish the article. But meanwhile, I'd like to quickly put this on your screen as well, my people. Tinubu wife don't talk, come and say this, as you can see right there from People's Gaza, despite economic hardship, First Lady says Tinubu's renewed hope agenda yielding fruits already. My people, any area where you watch me from now, right now from Nigeria, if you know, say Tinubu renewed hope agenda is yielding hope or fruit from or result from your area, but let us know later on when we open the phone line. Because now the First Lady, Tinubu wife, now I can't talk this one. So let me take one or two paragraphs on this quickly. The wife of the president, Remi Tinubu, says some initiatives under the Renewed Hope agenda of her husband, Bola Tinubu, are already yielding fruit and will soon reach all community nationwide. So I'm just going to leave that one right there. Please let us know, because I'm not too sure of that yielding, because we never see anything. Normally, what I know about yielding fruit is positive. So all I'm seeing right now is negativism. But nevertheless, what do I know? Let me present more to you, because I still have 3 to go. Guys, please, I'm doing my part. I would love you to do your part as well by just pressing that like. Continue to press on the like button if you have not yet done that. Okay, let me put this on screen. Government key man abduct wife son on Enugu Road as president. President says police lamented lack of fuel. Oh, sorry. Resident says police lamented lack of fuel to go after killers. Oh my God. Hey, they say police say we cannot chase the killers because we're not they our car. This is the same story we do the year since 19 no dates. This is what police have been saying for so long. I'm surprised in postmodernism 2024 we are still hearing this. Residents says police lamented lack of fuel to go after the killers. Very sad. Although there are some pictures that I wouldn't want to show. You can go to Sarah Reporter and read more on that. This is Nigeria, man. We are not serious. Oh. Hey, when I normally say on this platform that we have a long way to go, it looks like I'm just saying it. This is coming from People's Gazette. Buhari don't come out again for the second time with almost similar statements. Not much anybody can do to save Nigeria. Tinubu doing very well. I bet Mona no verse. I say I laugh. If you read that first paragraph, that headline, me, not much anybody can do to save Nigeria. Tinubu is doing very well. If as he talked this thing, the first person voice why the year for year now be Ginger Breadman. Because Ginger Breadman, they always use that word. You are doing very well. You are doing very well. Tinubu is doing very well. Wow. Now wow. Former President Muhammadu Buhari says his successor, President Bola Tinubu, is doing very well despite public outcry over increased economic hardship and insecurity in the country, adding that the country is so complex and there is nothing much anyone can do to save the country. Wow. There is nothing anybody can do to save Nigeria. So, this is serious, guys. If you are listening to me right now as a Nigerian, this is serious. This is very serious. Remember, Tinubu himself mentioned it some time ago. I understand what you all are facing, but unfortunately, there's nothing he can do about it. Now, Buhari is coming out to tell us right now that the complexity of the country, there's nothing anybody can do about it. It's crazy. It's crazy. Meanwhile, wow, I can't believe this. That was shake me. Eh? Although Peter Obi, I have the last article here for you guys. Peter Obi under fire. I don't know why they don't say that they fire Peter Obi for here, according to Sarah Reporter. Peter Obi under fire for condemning swords for lawmakers after SSG reviews he bought 400 swords for traditional rulers as a governor. They don't remind Peter Obi of his past, though. Say if you complain, say lawmakers they buy Jeep. Why you buy 400 cars solve for traditional rulers that time? So I don't know who go answer this one. Me not answer around. But Sarah Reporter had in November 2023 reported how Obi lambasted President Bola Tinubu for allocating more funds for the purchase of sport utility vehicle source for about 400 lawmakers than the total amount allocated to primary healthcare in 2023 budget. The presidential candidate of the Labour Party LP in the 2023 general election, Peter Obi, has come under fire for condemning the purchase of SOV for federal lawmakers as his former secretary to the state government SSG, Oseloka Obaze, revealed how Obi bought 400 swords from Innocent mottos for traditional rulers when he was the Anambra State governor. Okay. Maybe some of you where they stay Anambra or where you understand better on this will take us through on it later on. As you all know, as everything be, that's what the reporter for this platform. I appreciate every one of you, my people. Thank you very much for your time with us. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you all. I've done my part today. That is all I have for you guys for today. But meanwhile, I'll go on this quick break. I can see more people on the backstage. I'll quickly start adding you guys right now. Bear with me, guys. I'll go on this break. When I come back, I'm going to pick calls so that we can start with callers. Thank you very much, my people. Now God bless you now. All right. Thank you very much, my people. I appreciate you all. We're back again. So I'm going to start taking calls right now. Let's see who's going to be the first caller in the next 10 seconds. Then we can take it from there. Thank you very much, my people. Press on the like button. Press on the dollar sign, guys. Encourage what we are doing here. As you can see, a few people already doing that, follow their footstep and do the same thing. I want to quickly appreciate you, Mr. Joseph Oji. Thank you very much, sir. You said, Mr. Elvis, yes, he did, but they were from Innocent Motors, locally made. Okay. Thank you very much, sir. At least somebody's already answering that part, that last article that I read to you guys. Okay, nobody's calling in right now. Let me just go straight to the panel. Okay, yes, a call is already here. Thank you very much, Mr. Faye. Thanks for calling in, sir. Good evening to you. Please talk to us.
Okay. Good evening, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Go ahead. Talk to us.
Hello? Yeah, sorry. So, I wanted to, because yesterday, first and foremost, I want to greet Mama H.O. May God bless you, ma. Because yesterday, I so much enjoy your submission about President Donald Trump, because Donald Trump, Nigeria watch, many people for Europe, we don't want Donald Trump, because that man, if he enter office, especially Italy for years, he get one man that cost have been for years. That man, because Italy, they look up to America. Donald Trump, he say, Operation go and fix your country. That man a better raise. Don't be saying we don't hate him, we don't like him. If the man enter, even then when he first come for Italy, they keep many people, like people when their document never strong. They keep their document they keep people document. Even for Genova, one boy, they give a negative. He said for you to go back to Nigeria, the boy just run enter train. Bros, can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
You understand? The boy just run enter train. He said for you to. They say they'll deport him because he not get document. Many Europe countries, because they look up to America. Donald Trump, mission, operation, everybody go and fix your country. And again, they say yesterday I was hearing when some people they talk and say if Donald Trump come, that Tinubu document or the nonsense what Tinubu do for Nigeria, Donald Trump will just say no, bros. But we they forget, say this is America, British, they know they wish Nigeria, Africa where. I don't know why they could forget something. Donald Trump, if you not even do anything, If we don't do anything, we will try crack our brain, think this thing. Donald Trump is just a politician. He's just doing all those things to just because of people, because a person will not like black. That man don't like black now. Everybody's supposed to know now. You understand? So let me also go straight to this Erufa song. See, wait till that boy.
You have 20 seconds left. 20 seconds left.
Yeah. That Erufa, I tell you, nicer snake, belly, nice snake, nicer snake, belly, nice snake, they collect points. You understand? You know, people go resemble another person. So make them not worry. Go over there one day. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much, my brother. God bless you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Let me quickly pick another call here. Love of God is my strength. Thank you very much, madam, for calling in. Can you hear me? Oh, God.
Yes, so my brother, I hear you. Good evening, everyone.
Thank you very much, madam. Please talk to us. Good evening to you.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Good evening, everyone on the comment section and on the panel. Good evening. Happy Monday. Now, let me speak on Erufai song. Yes, I heard what we are saying about him, that yes, he spoke well in other places when he was talking about if they find out that about Fulani, if they did anything, they should arrest them, or they should lock them, or they should buy them. Yes. I want to put it to him that it's totally wrong. There's nothing that's showing that Tinubu is ready for this position. He said Tinubu prepared to take on this job that he got, but it's not showing it in whatever he's doing now. He's spoiling the country even more. And to Mr. Shehu, the journalist, I've noticed that Shehu is always calling to Mr. Obi in every interview. He will always bring Mr. Obi to it. So I don't know why he's doing that. So I just want to tell him that, please, Mr. Shehu, please slow it down. Mr. Tinubu, Mr. Obi is not the president of Nigeria. Talk about Tinubu, not Mr. Peter Obi. Now, I'll quickly go to Tinubu. Tinubu is complaining now that the North, they want to destroy his regime. I want to say no, they are not destroying anything. That he is the one destroying his regime. Because if you remember what he did for against Jonathan, how they organized with the northern people and they did a march. They did a march against Jonathan. They organized themselves, put their hands in Ikorodu, and they did that march to destabilize Jonathan government. From that time, we started to see kidnapping. From that time, we started to see all these things that is happening in Nigeria now. So, Mr. Tinubu, please, you should bear what you are bearing now. Bear, don't complain, because you also, you've done it before to somebody else, and it's just the beginning. Quickly, I'll go to Remi Tinubu. When Remi Tinubu said Tinubu is doing very well in the Renew Hope, Madam, there's nothing that is happening. No. Madam, ìyàwó Tinubu kò sí nǹkan kan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀. Ìlú ti dàrú o. Ìlú ti dàrú o. Gbogbo èèyàn ti ń sá o. Everybody is running from the country. So I'm telling you, Remi Tinubu, there's nothing your husband has done. We have not seen one thing that we can pin to Tinubu. He has done nothing. He said he has destroyed everywhere. Akpabio, Mr. Akpabio, continue what you are doing. One day your cup will full. Thank you.
Thank you very much, but the love of God is my strength. Thank you. You know, the way they call Akpabio. Be like that, both in name and everything are bad luck, everything to wait concerning that man. But nevertheless, I appreciate you all, my people. Thank you so much. I would like to come to the panel. Okay, I have another caller quickly. Let me pick this. Good evening to you, sir. Thanks for calling in. Please talk to us. Good
Hello,
evening.
Mr. Nadia. Good evening.
Yes, sir. Please talk to us.
Good evening, Mommy Diaspora. Good evening to everybody and the panel. So, Mr. Nadia,
yes, sir.
Tinubu says Northerners has police to this. Let me tell you, Tinubu has nothing to offer. And his wife says he has done a good job, a good things we are going to see. Look, since he wants Tinubu go to power, he has never commissioned any project, single project, and never commissioned any single project. Tinubu has nothing to offer Nigerians. He should just go away. He has nothing to offer. They just come to steal our money and take it away. That's all that they're after. He has never do anything in Nigeria. And then they said about Peter Obi. Let me tell you, our principal said this the time is campaign. He has already exposed himself concerning that one. He said he ordered motor from innocent motor for the Obas of Anambra. And who other governors used to order from motor from abroad. But he decided to offer local motor from Nigeria to his people. And they were, if he was to joke himself, they said it will kill all of them. If he's going to kill them, let it kill them. So he has already said himself that he is buying motor for them. So nobody should say anything about it. They have nothing to say about Mr. Peter B. So they should go and arrest. They have nothing to offer. They should go and arrest. APC should go and it's an evil party. It's an evil organization.
All right.
They should go and arrest.
Thank you, sir.
They should not talk here because Nigerians are not ready. They have nothing to offer Nigerians. They come to pass for 9 months now. Single project. He has never committed single project. Commission to single project. So what are they talking about? They should go away. Shame on them.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Nadia.
Thank you, sir. God bless you. Thank you very much. We have Madam Origin on the phone. Madam Origin, off your TV, please. So, thank you very much, Madam Origin.
Yes, it's off, yes.
Yeah, good evening to you, man. Please talk to us.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Mr. Niger Watch. Thank you again for another day. What can we do without you? What will the people of Nigeria do without you for what you are doing? Thank you so much. God bless you. We are here again with our civil duty that we have voluntarily. Everyone here is on volunteer to see what we can do to see how we can deliver our people. Mama Diaspora, God bless you, ma. God bless you again for what you do for us, and to the panelists who will do justice to today's, all that is raised up. One of the things I kind of recuse myself is because I want to focus on one thing, and that is to encourage everyone here, to remind you that you are not here in vain. You are already doing a great job for your country, for the people that are, in the prison, in bondage of what Buhari and Tinubu rightly said. They said if Nigeria cannot be saved, there is nothing they can do. And that is a big word. Thank you, Mr. Niger Watch, for highlighting on that. If everyone in that country and people outside, if you love the people in Nigeria, the people that are behooved with this evil, if you love them, know that there is nothing the government can do for them. The system that is put in place, it is like a template. It does not matter who is sitting there. Whoever that is sitting there will do what the template say. And that template is not life, it is life-threatening to the people, to the indigenous people. It is life-threatening to anyone, the people that have owned the resources. It is life-threatening to the people that own the land. Because the people that are there to steal, to buy, to destroy, don't care about the people. I want to talk about this affluenza guy, Mohammed Bello El Rufai, the son of a privileged. There is one time in America when they wanted to give a diagnosis on that, is a package. They got it. The children of the affluence have no clue. They don't even know that they have that thing called affluenza. They are braggadocious, they are audacious, they go to the best schools, not knowing that knowledge and education or whatever does not give common sense, and it does not bring wisdom. So they are in this high horse in the third cloud. How could they understand? How can El Rufai's son understand or feel what we are feeling? If he say he feel, he's lying. So I give it to him. He came and he sat and he spoke eloquently. And he has everything. And if nothing is done, if this thing is not stopped, he can be a president, for crying out loud. Nobody's gonna stop him. And while the people that are suffering, I cannot rest it here, Mr. Niger. Well, thank you so much for this platform, for this space that we can vent, that we can speak truth to power. Whether they hear it or not, we keep speaking. It is on record that we are talking, that we know that what is going on is evil and needs to be eradicated for the people of the land to breathe. God bless you.
God bless you, ma. Thank you so much, ma. I appreciate you always. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Chimeze, thanks for calling in, sir. Good evening to you. Please talk to us.
Hey, good evening.
Yes, sir. Talk to us.
How is everybody doing? I hope we all right. I greet everyone on the platform and comment section. Yeah, I am Elvis.
Yes, sir.
Up Gunners. Let me tell you that first. We are on top of league now.
Yes, so
that's what will make me. I didn't call on Sunday. Yeah, I was Sunday, but on Saturday.
But tomorrow Champions League will decide. Though. Remember, Porto is leading with 1-0 aggregate.
Don't worry. We will go get. Going how that ball going to be 4-0 or 4. Let's say 4-1.
I can't wait.
That's how it going to be.
Well done, sir. Talk to us. Thank you, sir.
So where I'm going right away is where I am now. I won't talk about Nigeria today. So one thing, people are saying Trump is a racist. I don't see Trump as a racist. From the one, that is where I follow people. Like when Obi came on board, I went so many platforms. I listened to Mayego, and I come to Niger Watch. I see the way Niger Watch uses his own way to do on his platform. I said, okay, let me listen to Niger Watch. So now, if I start following somebody, there is something I see on that person. I'm an honest person. I like follow honest people. So, if you're doing business in America, last 4 years, if you're telling me you never benefit from Trump regime, you're a liar. Trump is never a racist. Maybe that was then, but right away, all the policies he made, he never said this is for black and this is for white. The whole policies he made for the whole country, not for white or black or blue. So people criticizing him, saying he's a bad person, is that. I disagree with them. I will come for anybody in this platform that will speak against Trump. Just ready to pick my calls at Niger Watch. I will come for anybody. Trump is a good man. No matter how you put it. Like the 4 years, that's a state of nation. The woman, Nancy Pelosi, do you know Trump? They abused Trump. They dealt with him. If you know what Nancy Pelosi did to Trump, the State of Nation book, he tore it on the national TV. He tore the speech of Trump on the camera. He didn't even hide her feelings. How can you tell me such? He said because she's a Democrat. So how can you do that? You didn't even kind of say, let me hold myself. The whole president, you tore his speech on the national TV. So all these people that are saying, oh, Trump is because of the media. Media are spoiling people here. Media have make people wrinkle their eyes. They can never see. So I support Trump from the one when Trump came on board. Up to today, I still telling my family, even in school, they touch my kids bad thing about Trump. Even if I get home and say anything Trump, they will say, ew. I said, don't do that. I was alone in my family here supporting Trump. Now they see everything the way it is now. Everybody now coming back. They're not turning around. I said, Trump is the one who's going to lead us to a better place. Ask people here in America, things are tough right away because this one go to war. How many war is he handling right away? He went for war, which we don't. Okay, you know how many billions of dollars have sent to so-called Ukraine? It's hitting us. It's hitting us right here in America. Then people will come and say, "Oh, Trump is this, Trump is that." Man, I don't watch.
Thank you, sir.
Oh.
God bless you, sir. Thank you. All right. Let me quickly hear from Madam Deborah. Thank you very much, Madam, for calling in. Good evening to you. Talk to us.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. L. Good evening to everyone listening, the commenters, and everyone on the broadcast. I just want to make a quick contribution to the broadcast. First, I want to start with the comment of Buhari. Yes, he's saying the facts. There's nothing this APC government can do. They because they created the problem. You don't expect a sick man to cure another sick man. It doesn't happen. So if anybody is going to change Nigeria, it has to be somebody with a complete different ideology, complete different mindset from these present people. You don't expect people who created the people who mastermind the atrocities that is going on in Nigeria to be the same people that would cure it. No, they cannot. So this is the reason why you see that they are stopping Peter Obi. They want to be able to stop Peter Obi from becoming a president because they know a lot of secrets will be exposed, and Peter Obi will have to start doing a lot of things that they have put in place, which they themselves they are part of the destruction. So there's nothing they can do. Tinubu is equally a part of the problem. Yeah, so it's very difficult. They cannot solve the problem that they themselves created. So that's the fact. He's just saying the truth. There's nothing they themselves can do about it because they created the problem that's going on today. They did this kidnapping and everything was their handwork. So let me just quickly say something about one of the videos that you is it the article that you presented? I think about Ababio. Ababio, that man, I think he has no clue what he's saying. And he's just privileged to have that position. And these are the parts of the problems that we are all facing today. So the issue of Nigeria is very, very critical. And I really don't know how a solution will come. But hopefully, let me round up with this. The only thing that will give me a little hope in the change of direction of things, and which I want everybody to focus on, is getting the right person in the White House. I strongly believe that if we have a different president in America, things will begin to turn around. And most of this nonsense that is happening around the world, most of these things will begin to take a different tone from what it is. So I'm hoping that after American election, hopefully if we get a different person in the White House, I think we'll begin to see a little change in things.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mother Deborah.
Thank you, sir.
God bless you, ma. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, callers, I'm done for now. I'll come back to you guys again later on. Let me quickly take at least listen to my panelists right now. Okay, let me go to the first person on the panel is Madam Patricia. Madam Patricia, I don't know if you want to speak now. Good evening to you, ma. Thanks for joining us.
Good evening, Mr. Elvis. Am I good?
Yes, you are very good.
Can you hear me?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yes.
Good evening,
you,
everyone. Those that have already called in, thank you for your continuous contribution to what we are doing here, and of course, to the people on the comment section. Well done, and Mommy Diaspora, thank you for all you do. We love you. But before I go forward, please click on the like and share button. It's very, very important. What we are doing here, I believe it's working. That's why you are here. So to confirm that you are actually a part of what we are doing, press the like button and on the thumbs up, press it. And of course, subscribe to the channel, which I think, yeah, so that you can be a part of it, and also the notification button, hit on it, so when Mr. Niger Watch come on, you can be the first ones to be notified. And then finally the dollar sign, press that thing. Is very important. Thank you so much. I want to go with Madam Tinubu. Yeah, I want to believe that there's some sabotage somewhere in regards to why all these kidnappings have just become the order of the day. It's like every day now we hear one or the other, So I want to believe that they are really making an effort to the northerners, yes, not all, but the cabal, the powers that be. They are making an effort to make sure that it doesn't continue. Probably because, yeah, they can see that it's diverting from their agreements. Only God knows what agreements they had or what their expectations are, because those the what they call a Muslim ticket was not ordinary. There must be a kind of expectation why they consented to it. So I believe, since those things are not working in their favor, they are trying all means to make the government really look extra bad. So that's what I can see in all these things happening down there, because it has become too rampant too often. Which day here we're talking about the one in Ebonu, then the other day was Katsina, the other day was Sokoto. I mean, what's going on? Are they not the same people? They are the same people now. They are the same people, Fulani, Hausa, whatever. Can they address themselves? You understand? So I want to believe that this is being organized. It's a sabotage. I want to go with that thought, to that line, that thought pattern, that this is an organized something to destabilize the government, even though we know that, to my own opinion, it's not really doing anything that I've seen there that is working. But at least with all this bandit becoming a commonplace now there, it's making the whole thing even more shaky for him, for the governance, so for the government. So I want to go with that. Then the one that came, Rufai son, that person is a biased person. You know, you can see it's just sweet talking. It's sweet talking. You know, because when push come to shove, everything that was him came out. You see, he was talking tough, talking like he's different until the ball was brought right to his court. You know, as long as it was far away, he was able to dodge it. But when it came to right to his court, he couldn't do but bring himself out. You say you want a better Nigeria. He's fighting for. He doesn't believe in zoning. That's what he said. He doesn't believe in zoning. It should be that if you are competent for the job, then you take it. And then we are asking you, showing is asking him of Sheyi, and then he swings around, he turn around and spill out what was absolutely contrary to all he has been saying. So how would one with such people, with such kind of young people, really believe that there is hope for this country? First, you say you don't believe in nepotism. You don't believe in favoritism. You believe in competence and merit. Then, when the ball is brought to you for you to now tell us where you stand for real, then he failed it. So, which means all those whatever he has been spilling out was just all a lie. Was all a lie. Because at the end, what is said last is what shows his character, the kind of person he is. So that's what that's how I saw. That's how I see that. It's not worth it. It's a shame that these are the people that are running the affairs of Nigeria. People calling him to say Trump this, Trump that. Look, you people should go and do more research, because you are just looking at the surface. You are not looking at the broader picture, wider picture. You are looking at just the surface of what he's doing. And Trump has been set up by these Democrats. All the lies they are lying against, all of them, they are lies. Even if anything is true, is before he became a politician, before he became president. And look at, and everything they are even saying, people that are supporting, that are saying Trump should not be, is very selfish. The reason why they are even saying that he shouldn't be, they are talking about, the other one came the other day, yesterday, was talking that he should, because he took work from black people. I don't know, took work from black people. How can you take work from black people if you are competent and you know what you are doing? Is it not good thing that sell himself? So you want to get a position just because, just the same thing we are fighting in Nigeria. That's the same thing you are telling us to allow in America. Because you are from a particular ethnic group, so they should put you in some certain position, even when you don't deserve it, even when you are not qualified for it, even when you don't merit it. How do we get here? The other one was talking about immigration in Italy, how it affected them, whatever. Excuse me. If you didn't come illegally to Europe, if you come through the door, the right door, and in the right way, will you have immigration problem? No. That's the question you are not asking yourselves. You always want to make things look like the people that are telling you, no, this is not the way to do things, look like they are bad. It's not so. If you came with your right qualification, for example, even everywhere in Western world, if you have some certain degree, you want to come and work, you get automatic, entry visa, and you don't have problem with immigration. Automatically, you have a resident. So if you are sneaking through the sea and through the this, through the that to come, and later you want to come and merge, and they're telling you that's not the way to do it. So why are you blaming anybody for that? That's your choice. Do you get it? Yes, we have to say things the way it is. You cannot, because of that, say Trump is a bad man. Because he's telling you come through the door. Don't come through the back door, or don't try to jump through the window. Come through the door. They have a door to every house, every country have a door. If you come through there, you will be legit. So how does that make him a bad man? How? I don't get it. So Trump is the person that can change the whole world. Actually, yes, I would say that. Because when he was there, the killing in northern Nigeria stopped. At least it was minimized. Since the Democrats have been there now, look at every day they're killing people in northern Nigeria. They are doing ethnic cleansing in northern Nigeria. A lot of Christians, they are being killed every day. Nobody's saying anything. And you are telling me Trump is not good? How? Where are your priorities? That's the question. I think you've gotten your priorities wrongly, because the people that is spying in Nigeria every day, their life matter too. But you are not looking at that. You are looking at you getting your paper. That's what you are looking at. You getting your job. They can buy as much as they want. That is selfish, self-centered, and looking from a very narrow space. Looking from a very narrow mind. Because it's not about the world is not about your paper, you getting paper, or you getting a job. It's about people, the love for people. Nobody deserves to be ill-treated or buyed just like that. Nobody, whether a Christian, whether Muslim, everybody have the right to live, right to life. It's a God-given right. And if the government of your country is not able to stop it, and Trump comes and because he did it before, why would I not support such a person that can stop this senseless spilling of blood, innocent blood? Yeah. So what are we talking about? I think people need to reorient your minds, because this way you are going is not good at all. Why will you say because you want a job, it didn't give you? If you qualify, you get a job. Or the other one talking about visa, stay. Excuse me, Mr. Elvis, I will leave on like that for now, because I don't want to begin. I think I've given my message.
All right, thank you, sir.
It's
Thank you,
the
madam.
whole thing is selfish.
No,
Thank you.
you really hit them. You hit them today. You hit them hard. Thank you very much, man. Thank you very much for that wonderful submission. Guys, press on the like button, help us to share. Let me call on Mr. Jonathan Kingsley. Mr. Jonathan, I also go hear from you today. Oh. I beg, unmute yourself. Let's see if your audio is fine. Mr. Jonathan, are you there? We can't hear anything from you. Okay, let me move on to the next person. Tunaja, are you with us?
Yes, I am.
Tunaja. Okay.
Yeah, I am.
Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Good evening to you. Please talk to us.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Nigeria Watch, and greetings to you, everyone on the panel, the chat, and to the viewers. I'm not feeling 100%, so excuse me. Maybe my voice will be a bit weird. Regarding Trump, I think Trump, the Democrats, it doesn't matter. They're all poisons to us, and you can choose your poison, or you can choose to stay out of it. They all don't mean us well. Make no mistake about it. History has suggested that already. And how we say things. I think history is very, very important thing, isn't it? Because you have to remember what happened yesterday if you are going to behave properly today. If you don't remember anything, you have a problem. And I don't understand how people just feel like, oh, Trump is the guy, and then here this in the Democrats are the guy, or Biden. They're all devils. They're all for themselves. Trump is just more racially based. He's more racial, while Biden is more tribal. Biden uses Anglo-Saxon politics and Anglo-Saxon supremacy. He wants the English, the Australians, the Canadians, the New Zealanders, and all that five group. They call them the Five Eyes. They won the First and Second World Wars. They govern. They feel like they have a right to the world. This is why the UK left the European Union too. So they don't like to be told what to do. And if you look at most of the events that are going on in the world, they are the ones that are triggering it. But while Trump is more racial, this is why Trump is not very fond of the Asians, but he's fine with Putin. But the vice versa is true for the Democrats too. So, but in the end, when it comes to us, they all have one focus. They want to keep us as low as possible to their convenience. They are not for us. None of them are for us. We are only for ourselves. And that is how it should be. The idea that this one is for you and the other one is for you, or the other one is doing something for you. What is he doing for you? What is Trump doing for you? Maybe marginally, when Trump was in office, he did some things that affected this in our community, but it doesn't mean he's doing it for you. He's doing it for his people. Trump appointed this life judge, life appeal court judges. I think 60 something of them. Almost every single one of them were white and young, because they fear the demographic change that is happening in America. So that's why he's doing what he's doing. They don't want to lose control of that country and become a minority group, especially the Anglo-Saxons. They don't want that, and this is what they are fighting for. And to be fair to them, I don't know of any history where somebody just comes into a country and more and more and more of them arrive and just take over the whole country in terms of the population peacefully. America, that's what they are facing. And you can understand why the people that think that they own the land now, after they've taken it from the Indians, don't want that to happen peacefully. Some of them are even threatening civil war. People don't understand how serious this problem can get in America. But let's watch that. Let's watch the space. But I say to our people, and I say this to African Americans all the time, look for somebody that is promising you specifics. If they are not promising you any specifics, field your own candidate and vote for your candidate. Period. And maybe if your candidate is in the House of Senate, they may actually be very, very important in deciding votes. We know sometimes a few votes can make a difference in the House of Senate and in the House of Congress. So you have to fight for yourself. Stop jumping on people's bandwagon thinking that they're going to help you. They're not there for you. If they were there for us, Africa would not be where it is today. If they were there for us, African Americans would not be at the bottom of the totem pole in America. So let's keep that in mind. Regarding the Aerofile's son, I think what I see in him is somebody that is speaking frankly about his own experience and his way of seeing the world. And he also is a son of somebody, a politician. And you can't necessarily blame him for holding some of his opinions of his own parent. He can't help that. God created him to be a child of Erufai, and people are biased towards in support of their parents generally, not the other way around. So some of the things he's saying, like in the idea of when Tinubu's son was doing something, I disagree with him on that, because he admitted that he doesn't know the processes. He doesn't know the processes. To him, those things are like it's not a big deal to him. He talked about the watch that this is Shawolu was wearing. It wasn't a big deal. No, it's a big deal. He doesn't understand. He doesn't understand how those things feed through. If people feel you are in it with them, they are more likely to work with you. Not when you are telling them to suffer. You are busy wearing thousands of pounds worth of watch. Listen, what is that? What are you telling the people? That their lives are worth nothing. Why you are busy living large? So I don't understand how he missed that aspect. But he's right. If anybody takes a life, they should pay with their life. You've not just taken one person's life, you've taken their children, their potential children's life, their potential children's life, their children's life. The value of life is immeasurable. If you go back just 200 years, and if you know how many people it takes to create one of us on this panel, you know how life is precious. And if somebody takes life, they deserve their life to be to fulfill their own life too. And Eropa has always had that position. And this is one of the reasons why, in terms of security, he's a kind of hardliner. And he was the one at Chatham House that said that we needed to increase our security forces, and talked about the 1 million or something and doubling the police size. But Guess what? He didn't make it into the cabinet. And now, what is Tinubu talking about? Synergy, technology, new squadron. Nothing about increasing the size, because some forces probably decided that, you know what, that's my suspicion. This one is a conspiracy, and there's no evidence for it. Some forces probably felt if this guy was in office, he's a hardliner on this thing. He's going to shift our security posture fundamentally, and they don't want him to go near power. And I like what his son said about how an individual cannot change a country. That it takes a collective effort. And I was having a conversation with somebody yesterday, and I said, you have a clutch of leaders to be able to do anything. Because if P2B ends up in office, he has to order somebody. And that person has to order somebody. And some things they have to do will have to be very difficult. Those people have to have vision. Not just because they are afraid of their leader, or their leader is going to hold them accountable. They have to believe. They have to have insight. And this is why it doesn't take one person. And you can see that even he almost resorted back to the position where Fela was when he says, who be government teacher, he says the culture and tradition. And he literally went on to accuse this thing, saying the people of Nigeria, something about, he was trying to say something there, but I think he moved on from that point. So, but I'll leave him at that. I have areas I disagree with him, and I have areas that I agree with his point. Even among Satans, sometimes the action they are taking could be the right one. And if it's the right one, you should support that one, because that meets your own requirement. It helps you move forward. If just because the person is from somewhere you don't like, you disagree with the person, and even when they are saying something positive, you hate it, then you are not thinking rationally. You are not tapping into all the opportunities in life that could benefit you. And that is a shame, because some people just hate him just because he's the son of Erufai. They don't care whether he said, "Oh, anybody that kills if a Fulani herdsman that kills anybody should die." Are you going to disagree with that too? Come on, we have to be reasonable with each other here. And he's a young man; he will learn. Personally, I would like to have a conversation with that guy. I really would, because he seems like he's heading in the right direction, but he's not there yet. That the way he treated nepotism and that watch issue, he's not there. Kidnapping issue, I think that one, I wasn't here when most of that happened. I think Nigeria, we've had at least 700 something people get kidnapped in Nigeria. And this is why I like Erufai, people like that, because they actually believe in solving problems. And all these people that just yapping all over the place on the media, I don't even know who call all those people security experts. Or most of the people that they are calling themselves security experts, they are not security experts. You don't even need security expertise. Just go and check the data online. All they needed to do was recruit people. They don't want to recruit anybody. All these mumu people, they wear their mumu wear trousers. They can't think straight. They say they are security experts. We need technology. Every time security events occur, what do you think they say? Oh, by the time the security forces arrive, the people have gone. Because you are not everywhere. You pacify the northeast, the problem goes somewhere else. You pacify one side, the problem goes somewhere else. Because one man cannot defend 1,000 people. You can try, but you will fail. Any sensible nation will know that. And our people refuse to agree or move in that direction. If you keep going in this opposite direction, 700 people got kidnapped in about a week. In only one region in Nigeria. Human beings. This is industrial scale kidnapping. And we keep allowing it to just keep going on. Because for some weird reason, we don't want to take responsibility for ourselves. We don't want to secure our country like other people do. That is strange. So I'll move on to Akpabio. What can I say about it? You know, this is our problem, isn't it? If you see Akpabio, the way he behaves, you can see why we have a problem in the country. You can see it. Because these people are not leaders. The only skill they have is the ability to be cutthroat. They are willing to take life to get to power. They are willing to cheat and lie to get to power. And which is some of the traits. You have to be ruthless to get to power and willpower. Because sometimes you may have to be in power when things even go against yourself and your family members. You have to be ruthless because it's not about you anymore. But that's the only gift they have, the ruthlessness. But the loyalty to their people, zero. Pettiness, they are 100%. They are going to be petty. Say, just playing stupid games, and the guy just embarrassed himself, to be fair. And let me just move on to Buhari. I don't want to waste my time with Akpabio. Buhari coming to say what he said, I think they just probably somebody went to him and said, you know what, come and say something just to lend support to Tinubu. And he, being a traitor himself, somebody that betrayed Nigeria, this is a man that was in office. He was supposed to recruit 10,000 police officers every year. For 8 years when he was in office, he managed to recruit only 20,000, and half of them they were barely paid because of confusion in the police force. This is how useless these people are. It's just it's astounding. 10,000 is nothing, but even that he couldn't fulfill, and he comes here to say there's nothing. Why would he not say that? These people they are conditioned us to accept low expectation. It's like unbelievable. Just unbelievable. The other day when I was saying that India, in 3 years, generated 20 gigawatts of electricity in 3 years with solar power. These are human beings, so. And when fellow Nigerians walk into a classroom with them, we can compete very well with them. But for some reason, our people their head is not in the right place to favor their people. Many of them are traitors, and they can do anything to get one over each other. Instead of walking to it, because if you have this type of attitude, look at the way Akpabio behaves now. He is willing to sell anybody just to get ahead. Someone like Tinubu is willing to sell anybody just to answer, I'm president of Nigeria. He doesn't care because they value that prestige more than the good they are going to do. What can I say? This stuff is not only him, it's not only them, because we are creating them every day. Tomorrow, all these people are going to go. We are going to have more of them go there. And our people, we need to be asking ourselves, how are we like this? Why do we always put it's like we like to oppress each other. We like to feel better than each other. And that mentality means that whatever it takes for you to get one over the next person, if somebody comes from the outside and wants to bribe you to do that, you will do it. You will betray your people just because you want to get one over that your neighbor. We need to ask ourselves whether we are vulnerable to these things. In terms of P2B, you can say whatever I like about P2B. Even his enemies praise him. It's really strange. Even when they say he's not as competent as, or he may not be as educated as the Raipo, they will tell you he's not a thief. He's a common guy. He's down to earth. Because the Erufai son talked about when he was studying A level, being on the same class in an aircraft with P2B, and they had a chat and discussed stuff. So even when he could have said a lot of negative things about P2B, he didn't. That tells you, and this is one of the things people need to be paying attention to. He is speaking honestly. He could have just been facetious and just said, "Oh, P2B is rubbish. I didn't even see him." And he could have said all those things, but he didn't. He said his own truth. That is his belief. He grew up with his dad. He probably believes his dad is more clever than P2B. What do you expect him to think? So we have to realize when somebody is speaking their own truth and respect it to an extent and try to empathize with him. And because I believe that his son, with the right kind of mindset, with the right kind of mind people around him, you'll be surprised the kind of beliefs he's going to come up with, because he's speaking very honestly, frankly, about the way he sees the world. So we have to be a little bit more circumspect and show a bit of empathy when people are talking. Some people, their hatred is so deep that they don't listen to each other. I was in a panel where people were talking about P2B, and even a P2B supporter is doing so many things to ostracize people from supporting P2B. I was like, you are making people not support P2B more than anybody else. It's like you support P2B so much that you are driving people from supporting P2B. What is that? That is not support. You are supposed to be winning people over. Have you ever seen a church that sends people to go and preach for people, and they go and start making people hate Christ? You have to convince people to come and join you. Have solid arguments. Thank you, Niger Watch. I think I've covered all the this in the topics. I don't think I missed anything. So thank you very much, and I'll leave it for now.
Thank you, Oga to Niger. Yes, you covered everything. Thanks for that wonderful submission. Let me quickly see if Mr. Jonathan is ready now. Mr. Jonathan, you're still not ready. We'll be waiting for you. Let me move on to Mr. Ike. Mr. Ike, thank you very much, sir, for your time with us today. Thanks for joining us. Good evening to you. Please talk to us. You have 8 minutes.
Good evening, my brother. Good evening. Good evening to other panelists. Good evening to those in the chat room. And to your mom too. I always, remember and see the comment section and see all the effort she's making, to support the country and also this platform. I'll start from outside and then I'll come in. I had, with sincere respect to Mr. FM, when he called from Italy and he said, Donald Trump is saying, Operation, go and fix your country. I mean, I don't know what is wrong. I don't know how anybody wants to describe that thing as evil. Here, there was a time we were having a debate here, and of course, I was in that presidential panel, when Trump contested against Clinton and even the last one. And he was talking about foreigners that come to US to school, and after that, they're expected to go back. The visa you get to come and study in the US, it does not keep you here after your studies. It's supposed to be after your studies you go back. The student visa. And Trump was saying that he wouldn't like a situation where people will come to their country, use their resources, schools they built and so on. And when they finish, they don't have anything to contribute to the US and they go back to their countries. That's not really so good. Since they have contributed in developing the person, it would be nice also for the person to give back to the US instead of just going back with all of those knowledge back to their country. That's not a sign of a man that want to send you out of the country. But the only thing is, people that come from the back door wants to be recognized. And if somebody says, no, if you want to come into my country, come from the front door. Let me know who you are. You see, there's something about you coming from the window. Even the Bible recorded it to say, it's a thief that comes from the window and come to destroy. When you are so desperate to go from the back door to a country, majority of those that do it don't do it with clean mind. They don't do it to come and contribute, but they are doing it to come and destroy. Because if you are qualified to go to a country, you will come from the front door. So when you see a man telling you not to come from the back door or not to come from the window, and you hate him simply because he's saying it, that's a mark of selfishness. It's a mark of selfishness. Don't also be looking for people to love you, looking for people to develop you. Find a way to develop yourself. Let me tell you, if you look inwards and develop our country with all the resources, all the God-given resources that we have, people will now come to us. So we don't need anybody to love us. I remember back in the years when people will ask you, how many Libyans do you see in other countries? You don't see them like that. They are comfortable in their countries, in their various countries. If we have the kind of oil we have, the kind of natural resources God has given us, if we harness it, people will be coming to our country to come and live. We don't need to run away to their place. I once traveled with one of these Niger Delta activist, and we went to Dubai together with his family and my own family too. And all through the time we went there, he was not ready to go to any of those places, the museum, desert storm and desert safari and so on. His anger was that they said the oil we have in Nigeria was larger than the one they have in Dubai. So he's saying if they could develop their country with this, what joy will he have that he has all of that at his backyard, and then nothing, there is nothing to show for it. Investors are like the way bees go to honey. They are attracted. You don't need to go out and be begging like our president did when he went to Qatar. He was begging, free in, free out, come and invest. It was so uninspiring. How do you go and tell people to come and invest and trust you? Meanwhile, the person that reported you to the world, they gave the person award. So they know you in and out. Because you forced your way, they say, okay, if you want to come, come. You come and you finish your ranting and you go. But if we develop ourselves and make ourselves safe, make our country safe, was it not after that trip to Qatar that we are seeing all of these things going in the north? You think they don't know? The world is like a global village. Whatever that is happening here, they have ambassadors, they have their embassies. So whatever happens here, people report to their various countries. So you don't expect to go, you spend our little money that we have going to places and begging people to come and invest. And as we are going, they will start a different discussion on your head to say, look at him coming here to tell us. He doesn't even know that we know more than he knows about his country. I bet you there are some foreigners that know Nigeria more than our presidents. There are some. So we have to look inwards and develop ourselves and not be waiting to be running from one country to another. Those people also develop themselves. So if Trump is good for you Americans, let them elect him. It is not up to Nigerians that are in Europe and so on and say anything that happens in the US, it affects Europe and so on. When he was the president, he was saying that NATO, the different countries in NATO, we are not paying their own dues. You got to pay your own, because what happens with whatever that comes up, America will pay like 80 or 90% of it. And meanwhile, there are some European countries that are very rich. Is there any reason why Germany should not pay their own fees? Germany that has all the premium cars you can talk of in this world. So because he said it, that everybody had to pay what he's supposed to pay, and then you say, let's hate him or let's kill him. He talked about having American military bases in so many parts of the world. America is guarding Japan from aggressors around it. He's saying, I don't have a problem in having military bases there to guard you, but you got to pay for it. America can't be paying to protect Japan when Japan is one of the world powers that are making so much money. Because there are so much to do. If you come to the US, you find out that our airports are like third world country airports. They go to Asia, go to Singapore and see airports. So people are using their resources to build their own country, and then you expect one country to be the one paying all the fees. Anywhere there is war, anywhere there is any disagreement, they will be the one to spend their money to carry all the military hardware and go, and others will keep their own money. So if somebody now comes to say, no, we can't continue to carry the whole world, since you are making money, contribute, and you hate him, how could anybody hate that kind of person? I have said it before, he is not the best. He is not the best candidate. But between the two, I think he's better. He's better. At least more respected him. When he speaks, people listen. But a situation when you have a very negative intention for doing something. It's so selfish. I tell you, I'll say it tomorrow. I told my friends here that the only reason why America went for this war is not because they want to liberate Ukraine, but they want to use Ukraine to fight Russia. That's all. Because that's what they said when Donald Trump won. They say Russia intervened. Russia was intervened in their election and so on. But America do it everywhere. Anywhere they have interest, they influence the election. Even the one we had in Nigeria. So let's please develop ourselves. Anybody that is telling you to go home and develop your own country, the person is not wicked. The person is doing you good. If anybody tells me now to go home and develop my place, and I know there is security for me to go and develop my place, the person is giving me good advice. And I'll go home and develop my place. So coming back to our First Lady. Our First Lady is, of course, it's expected that he's going to promote her husband. There's no way you'll be saying somebody is sabotaging your efforts when at the first place you sabotaged the country to have it. That position is not your own. You came in from the back door. So you can't come in from the back door and be screaming every day that somebody is sabotaging your government. That's what you did. It was a coup against the country. So when people also work against you, you know you are getting back what you did. That's what it is. So you don't come to blame the Northerners. Yes, you might say that the Northerners expected so much and are getting so little. But it's because you don't have any reason to complain, or you have any excuse, because you also stole the position. So it will become good riddance to bad rubbish. That's what it is. So let's look inwards. I continue to say it. So many of us that are here are not here because we love this place more than our own country. But you find out that your country does not appreciate you. Why do we succeed when we come out and we don't succeed in Nigeria? It's because there are no enabling environments. You find out that the worst of us are the ones that are pretending over the activities and affairs of the country. It's not supposed to be like that. It's not supposed to be. If you are recognized, you give him more. There are so many Nigerian players that are playing everywhere in world soccer. But they don't want to come. They don't want to come. There's this Yoruba chap, or your chap that plays for Arsenal. He didn't play for Nigeria in Nations Cup. And I don't think he's regretting it. If there is value, if your country recognizes the value that you have and you bring it in and help improve the country, it will be good for all of us. It will be good for all of us. A little bit I want to say about the Senate president. Unfortunately, oh wow. Okay, that's okay. I'll wait for another time. Thank you.
All right, Mr. I, thank you very much, sir. I have to even give you more time, because I wanted to listen to everything you were talking about. Thank you very much for that wonderful submission. Yes, Larry Depot, thanks for the super chat. May God bless you. May pocket never run dry. I'd like to appreciate every one of you that have supported us. The Oscar Blackbone, thank you very much. God bless you as well. Josh Blue Shell, Mr. Joseph Orji, and many others. Guys, help us to press on the like button and let's do this together. I still have a couple of people on the panel. Okay, let me move on to Mr. Jonathan for the third time. Are you there? Mr. Jonathan, this is the third time we are calling you today. I don't know what is wrong, or maybe you are busy, but let me continue to move on to the next people. Mr. Dubisi, thanks for joining us. Good evening to you. Please talk to us. Mr. Dubisi, you are not saying anything. Okay, you are not also there. All right, that's fine. Let me move on to Mr. Oduwa. Mr. Oduwa, are you there, sir? Good evening to you, sir.
Good evening, Mr. Naja Wash. Good evening, all the panelists. commenters, listeners, and viewers. Happy Monday to everyone. Yes. Well, despite my work and my time jamming the hours of the broadcast, but with a little I had and what is written as a topic, I can a little bit relate. Just like my brother who called from Italy that said Trump, they should not win. Or I laugh when people interfere on the areas which they don't have any affair. If Trump won, Biden won, what is our business in Italy? If they give you document, they did not give you document. It did not concern America. Now, example of our people don't knowing anyone telling you, go back to your country and visit. For me, I'm very happy. There was a person, a minister of Italy, who said that to us. It's called Savini. He said everybody, their party is known as racist party. But did you know that when Savini has the opportunity, it was there, even we that they are resisting, we opportunity to work. For him promising that anybody who did not work with his document will be seized. Italian were creating job so that people document will not be seized. But the time they were not, that such law did not come out from Savini, they will renew document for you, but you cannot even feed yourself. So is that when people compare him to be a racist, I said no, for me, he was not a racist because his tenure was the best for people to live on. You having document without things in your pocket, you cannot pay house rent, you cannot feed yourself, isn't anything valued. But a man promised that he don't hate you black, he hate foreigner, he hate this one, but he was the one create job for the foreigners to survive on. So who is the best? The one who loved them but did not give them work, or the one who hate them and give them work and make their document too strong? So our people should begin to think. And if really we know the reason of traveling, for those of you talking English, said travel is a part of education. These our brothers and sisters that have been here and still coming. What do they learn in this their travel? Because I wonder when people say, we have studied in this Europe, we are do this, we are do that, they did not give us job. I look at them, I laugh. I said, you always come here to come and learn because there is no space for you to work. If our people could not understand, these people have started developing robots to do the work of human. Then how are you going to work for them? They have their own children that did not even have job, that are not working. They use robot to replace those their children, and they are feeding their children well. It is your duty to look these things and learn. When after you learn, you say, let me go home and develop my people with this knowledge. But the problem we have is we feed God when we get back to our country. Instead of we bringing out the knowledge, the wisdom, the talent we have gotten from these people, then we'll be waiting for China to bring for us. We'll be waiting for any other country that can produce to bring for us. Then we will tell you that government doesn't support us. The government doesn't support this country. This government that supports China. Is there anybody in Nigeria that can say he was there when the China government were supporting China? He was the one who signed those things that they used to support them. Instead of we bringing our talent together, 5 people come together with their talent and with their resources, they will create something. They will be telling, no, government cannot support you. How will government support you when you don't want to support yourself? For you people who read Bible, say, God, heaven help those who help themselves. You say, we are talented. When you go to another country, my brother, when you go to another country, your talent still remain in you. If you're in your country, your talent remain in you. That thing you call opportunity in that country, it is because those people put themselves together and create it. Then you will not opportune to work without your talent. But because you refuse to put it together in your own country, then you can never work. So you will look at the country, he kill your talent. For those of you talk said, there was a man who said, think of what you will do for America, not what America will do for you. Our country, is there anyone who is thinking of what he will do for the country? Is it not what the country will do for him, what the country will do for him? That's why Dangote is the one that will carry salt, we carry oil, we carry onions, we carry banana, we carry pineapple, only one person. Instead of 50 people, 70 people, 80 people coming together and do that thing, but one person want to be the one creating telephone, doing the back, doing the front, doing the screen, doing the metal inside, only one person. So these are what is drawing our country backward. Not that the country is bad, it is because of our own mentality. So when anybody said, go back to your country, for me, I'm very happy. Today, if you tell me to return back to Nigeria, I'm not going there to be a lazy person. I will go there and establish things that I have learned. I do tell people, if anybody come to work under me, there will not be anything like agreement, come and write agreement. No. The day you come, from that month, you are being under me as employee and employer. So at the end of the month, if something comes out, I have to pay you. It will encourage you to do more. It will encourage you to put more of your wisdom and knowledge. But instead of we doing that in Nigeria, what do? We will tell the person, go and bring carton of this, go and bring carton of that, go and bring bottle of this, go and bring crate of that, go and bring this. The person will be frustrated to add his knowledge to your knowledge. He will run away. Then tomorrow you will say, all these people doesn't like to do something. No, it is because you killed their brain, you killed their zeal, you killed their talent. So let us change our mind and our country will work for us. So for those who say, for Tinubu and government who said the Northerners are frustrating Tinubu government, I don't really know if they think very well. That Tinubu, who are against protests now, we are the one who led the protest that they do coffee of president who was still alive. Our brother Goodluck Jonathan, that enabled his mother to say no, he can no longer witness this kind of thing. So if you now become the position, you expect, according to you people who read Bible, say whatever you sow, shall you reap. So Tinubu have sowed sparingly, he will reap sparingly. He cannot sow sparingly and expect bountifully. That is why when the person he promised heaven and earth, the one that invite their people to come and dominate the main Nigerian people, the Palanga man, we are still frustrating him. But despite that one, we are the ones supporting those evil. But if you still look at it, it's the same thing that they are doing in Tinubu time, and they were still doing that much time. So if he's seen as frustration, he will clap for himself because it's what he saw, he's reaping. He saw it against his own brother who came from the south, out of hatred, because they don't want the people of the Benins to be in power, or people of the Igbos to be in power. So they are angry. Then they gang up and say, go and call people from any other West Africa, North Africa, East Africa, Central Africa, and bring all of them to come and destroy the land. So those people they brought are the ones destroying the land in their hands. They are put them in soldier, they are put them in police, they are put them in Air Force, they are put them in Navy, and they are in high positions. So when they see that the money is not coming to their hand, they will do whatever they want to do so that they can give them money. So I'm just saying that is only so they are making businesses. And that even Erufai said it that time. Isn't Erufai the governor of this? He says it's a business. So they are making business. The only thing that pays me that they are using our own brothers to do their business. They are not using all these president and governor to do their business. So they'll be using the poor people like us in the street to do business. So that is only what pays me. So for the wife I hear that they said their effort is yielding fruit. Yes, for me, I can see the fruit is yielding. So it's yielding fruit for the brains of Nigerians. As they are complaining now, they are hungry. That is why me, I'm happy. As they are complaining things are hard, I'm happy because it's really yielding fruit. So the hardness we still get to 4 years because it's just starting, it's just the beginning. Even what Tinubu says it's just the beginning, they are just starting. So if we get to 4 years, it will be less for them to see that the fruit was bad fruit to them. Then I said, no, Tinubu, enough is enough. But if we had a good fruit to them, let them clap for Tinubu and carry on. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Dua, thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. I appreciate your information. Yes, ma'am.
Please, can I ask Mr. Odua something? Because I hear him always quoting Bible. So I want to ask him, Mr. Odua, where is that chapter and verse that you said heaven help those who help themselves in the Bible?
You people, the Christians are the ones saying it now.
Which Christian? You have to stay where you know. If you cannot quote it, it's not that there's no way it says that, please. So leave it like that. Yeah.
But it's a popular saying. It doesn't have to know the verse. Everybody is talking about it. So
okay, but Mama, I want to confirm something here. Mama, thank you very much. Mama, thank you. I know who have go to heaven and return back and come and write how heaven look like in the Bible.
But I'm telling you that stay where you know. Now they say
and that is the same thing. I ask a question. Mama, can you mention a name of one person? Mention a name of one person who have gone to hellfire and return back and not write how hellfire look like in the Bible?
I say it's not written. No, it's not written. So please stop misleading people. It's not written.
Okay, thank you. If it is not written, the name of the person who went to hellfire, so you people should stop misleading people.
Thank you, but it's not written. That's what I'm saying.
All right, thank you, my wonderful people. I appreciate you all right there. I would like us to have a final submission right now, but before that, I would like to quickly appreciate those of you right there in the comment section that's just coming in. Priceless Ify, thank you very much. Ray Abua, thank you very much, sir, for joining us today. Justina Alato, thank you very much. God bless you. Abu Azi, good evening to you, sir. Thanks for joining us. Good evening to every one of you right there. Mercy, America, and many others. And God bless you, my people. All right, Madam Patricia, so now your turn. Give us your final submission. 5 minutes, ma'am. Thank you.
We don't go around now.
Yes, so 2 people no answer, so maybe they're busy. So let's just move on. You know, but I'll be calling you Mr. Jonathan now.
He don't come. Please, let's allow him.
Mr. Jonathan, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry about that. Sorry for the delay from my side. I needed to attend to.
Okay, that's fine.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
But did you follow up with all my presentation?
Yes, I did. Actually, up to that point where you started taking calls.
Okay. So, go ahead, sir. Thank you.
So I welcome everyone and I greet all the panelists and all those that are in the comment section. And greetings to everyone. I think I heard some parts that I missed. I quickly just kind of went back to listen to the panelists. And one thing, I listened to Madam Patricia about, she did submitted that Trump is the only one that can change the world. That's completely out of line. How can someone say Trump if your position is that of, you support LGBTQ, you don't support LGBTQ, you are completely against it, you are completely against, abortion, stick to that. For anybody to say Trump is the only one that can change the world, I think that is absurd, to say the least. How? Let's stick to, I think I also heard to Nigeria says stick to policies. Yes, let's stick to policies. Let's stick to issues-based politics. And when you do that, When you do that, it will be crystal clear who to go for between Trump and Biden. But when we want to be, we want to go on our own idiosyncrasies, what we believe in, what we don't believe in, then that's a different ball game. Some people are social, they focus on the social issues, LGBTQ, abortion. Those are their sticking line. In fact, in my own house, my own wife sticks to that, and there's nothing I can do. That's her belief. If you say you want to change the whole world today, if I even want to believe there is anyone that can change the world today, and you still don't believe or you still support LGBTQ and you support abortion, she doesn't care. So there are people like that, and that's fine. But let's stick to that. To take it out of that Trump is the only one that can change the world. That's out of line. And that Trump, and to relate Trump to what is happening in Nigeria, it's another fallacy. Trump can't change what is happening in Nigeria. Can't people get that? In my submission yesterday, I talked about national interest. As far as America is concerned, and if you don't get that, too bad. I can't help. That is all about, for America, is all about national interest. If Trump comes in today, he will sleep, he will wake, he will eat national interest. Trump cannot save Nigeria. What policies? The Christian-based policies? Fine. To change fundamentally what is happening in Nigeria, how can Trump change that? So I think my submission, if I want to dwell on that, it won't really different from what I submitted yesterday on this platform, which is strictly based on national interest. And what any American president will do, Democrat or Republican, their focus is American interest. What Biden did last year, 2023, was national interest. If Trump is elected and sworn in January 2025, what will be on his mind is national interest. But there is no time to even go deeper into all of that for now. So I quickly want to take on this guy, what's his name, the El-Rufai son that you presented. When I was listening to that interview with Sheil, I kind of, at some point, I felt I was just wasting my time. It's just like a waste of time to me. He's a young guy. He's a young man. A youth. In today's Nigeria, everything he knows. He doesn't know beyond corruption. That Bello El-Rufai doesn't know anything beyond corruption. He doesn't know anything more than nepotism. And is an epitome of nepotism in the making. A classic nepotist. A classic nepotist in the making. That's who he is. And all his responses, even areas that you want to agree with him, even areas where it tend to be, like it's okay, you want to agree with, they are all political responses. And in all of his responses, it's all about political correctness. What is his position on federalism? What is his position on corruption? What is his position on the electoral system of Nigeria? What? In all of these issues, what are his positions? So I just see a young man like any other Nigerian youth within the age bracket of 20 to 45 to 50, that everything they know is all about corruption. That's all he has seen. He has seen nepotism play out at the highest level. He's the son of El-Rufai of Nigeria of today. So he has seen nepotism. He has seen tribalism. He didn't know anything beyond that. He has seen religious bigotry being played out by the likes of his father, who is a master religious bigot. And that's how he's trained. Even when he tried to be politically correct, that if a Fulani man kills anybody, you can kill him himself. What a political response. How many people did his father, who is his mentor, how many people did his father arrested or brought to face the wrath of the law in Kaduna State under his watch? That hundreds of people were slaughtered by terrorists. How many? Those are political responses as far as I'm concerned. So they are not, and it's a case of catch me if you can. Catch me if you can. Is it in Nigeria? Which judicial system you want to use to bring those people to justice anyways in the first place? So let's stop kidding and wasting our time here. Where's the judicial system? That one that has been decimated and destroyed? Is that the judicial system you want to use? A case in study is the one we are still in today. Almost 300 children were kidnapped in that same state of Kaduna. They were kidnapped. So which judicial system? Which it's just so, for me, I see someone who is getting ready who is being prepared, to take the stage, eventually perhaps to become the governor of the state. That's all I see. He even went so low, matching, even saying that you can't match Peter Obi with Fashola, for crying out loud. That's a youth. So that's a youth. I don't think the guy is 40 years old. That's a youth who is saying that the Nigeria of today, and you can see everything in Nigeria, and you say Fashola. What are the policies that Fashola stood for? Even when he was minister, forget about when he was governor. He was a federal minister for 8 years, 8 solid years under Buhari. The 2 ministries that he superintended over, what are the state of those ministries? What are the impact of those ministries in Nigeria today that we can see? And you say you are comparing him. Come on, give me a break. And that's a youth. So it's just in the making. Heir apparent. Kaduna State heir apparent. That's all I see. Eventually, he will become their governor there in Nigeria of today. That's all I see there. And with respect to, I want to give, I don't know whether okay, let me just touch on this Mrs. Tinubu. Finally, that her husband renew hope policies are yielding fruit already. That's a delusional statement and taking Nigerians for granted. Can't you just come out clean for once and just be truthful for once? That things are tough, things are not working in Nigeria. Can't you just do that? When I listen to that statement again, perhaps I just want to give it to her. Maybe as a Christian, she's making a prophetic statement or a proclamation that whatever you believe that you want to happen, profess it, confess it. I think it's a confession. I think it's a kind of a proclamative confession that things are working out. And if I say it enough, if I can say it and continue to say it and say it and say it, maybe it will happen. But you don't do that on national stage. You don't do that when the lives of millions of people are at stake. You can do that in your own personal life. You can proclaim, you can declare your prophetic faith, whatever. Even when people are dying, you can proclaim that they are alive. You can do that inside your bedroom. You can do that within your family. You can do that within your church. You can bring that to national level, where the lives of millions of people are affected. What is yielding fruit? What is yielding fruit? Hello, Mr. Elvis, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you, Mr. Dara.
Okay, thank you. So I don't thank you very much. Yeah, I don't know what is yielding fruit. Yes, I just don't know. I would say, maybe by chance or whatever, just this weekend on Saturday, I was just kind of less busy. I don't even know what to do. I was just looking around what to read, kind of book. And I just decided to read the Tinubu manifesto. I never read it before. I have never, throughout 2023, I never read. But fortunately, I just decided, let me even just go and read their manifesto, renew hope. And this Saturday, it takes you about an hour 20, an hour to 30 minutes to read the whole manifesto. Just this Saturday. And it now came to me, and as I was reading it, everything in that manifesto is doing the opposite now. We can bring it out now, page by page, and be reading it. Because Nigerians sometimes, people will say that Nigerians don't read, that these politicians, they know. They just hide all these things there, thinking that Nigerians will not read it. And everything in that manifesto, Mr. Tinubu is doing the exact opposite today, line by line. And yet, the ministers will come out that they are executing the Renew Hope agenda. Well, you are not doing it. If they are doing the Renew Hope agenda, if they are actually implementing it the way it is written there, it will be a different thing. But they can't. That was just a campaign slogan. It was just a campaign mantra. It was just a campaign message to Nigerians. They do not intend to do anything inside that manifesto. It talked about reduction of government expenditure, which is to reduce governance. He mentioned that, and then the first thing he did, he lined up 48 ministers. How does that match with that manifesto? Day one, you line up 48 ministers with hundreds of special advisors all over the place. And inside your manifesto, you talked about reduction in government expenditure. So how does that match? You are doing the exact opposite. Inside that manifesto, you talked about electricity generation. That within the first 1 year, you will generate 1,000 megawatts of electricity. What is Mr. Tinubu doing today? We are just less than 90 days now to your first year. Can you claim 100 megawatts today? Everything inside that manifesto is completely opposite of what we're seeing now. He talked about technocrats inside that manifesto that is going to bring intelligent and experienced people to the government, blah blah blah. Please, who are the people now? Beta Edu, Tunji Ojo. Those are the lights. Those are his technocrats. Those are his A-team. His A-team. A youth corps, who is now a federal minister. Those are his A-team. Everything inside is, they lied and they knew it. So we shouldn't expect anything different from them. So the wife coming out to say that the policies are yielding results. You are just lying. A deception at its very best. You're just deceiving people. You know that is not true. That is not correct. And Mr. Buhari, who said not much can anyone do. That's an acknowledgement that the country is done. He just acknowledged. He said, not much anyone can do to save Nigeria. Tinubu has done very well. That's it, quote and unquote. So not anyone can do. So that means that, so why are you there then? What leaders does is that at that point in time, when you get to that point in time, you resign, you leave that position and say, I have done my own bit. I have put in my best. This is how far I can go. Then you know that you can't do anything. You say, nothing you can do. So why are you there? So it's an acknowledgement of failure. It's an acknowledgement of incapacity, that you are not capable. That you can't do it. But you are still holding on to power. God will help Nigeria. And as I always say, I hope that Mr. Tinubu will come clean. He will come clean to Nigeria. Even at the least, just start doing what is right today. Just start doing what is right. You know it. You know what is right. Just start doing what is right. Even at the minimum level. then we'll start seeing Nigeria as a country moving forward. Mr. Elvis, I will leave it at that for now. Thank you very much. Thanks for the opportunity. I appreciate it.
Hey, Mr. Jonathan, they never ring bell.
No, it's okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you,
No
Mr.
worries, Mr.
Jonathan.
Elvis.
God bless you, sir.
I yield the mic. You know, when people say they yield the mic, they are not yielding anything because they've exhausted their time. You yield when you still have time. So I yield the mic. So I still have time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I appreciate you for your submission. I was wondering, say, what did happen for that beginning that time? But it's good to hear your voice because your submission means a lot to this channel. Thank you very much, Mr. Jonathan. Madam Bella Naomi, thank you very much, man, for the support right there. May God bless you. I appreciate you always. Thanks for being there. Thank you. Black Panther, you're on the comment section. How far? You know, you need to come tell us the other side of Donald Trump. What do they do for comment section? But not be today, not be today anymore, because they round up now. You know, but nevertheless, I appreciate every one of you right there. Thank you, my people. Let me quickly move on now to Mother Patricia for final submission. Mother Patricia, we are doing for 5 minutes final submission today. So because we don't have a lot of people that have do 4 minutes, but go ahead if you're available, talk to us.
No, please, I'm not available at the moment. I'm just participating. Okay.
I think he has dropped out. Who's next? Is it Jonathan?
Yeah, I just finished now.
Okay. So should I go ahead or because
I think okay,
all right.
I think Mr. Elvis is back.
Yes. You know, I don't know what happened more than others. Okay, nevertheless, let me quickly go to Ogatu Niger. Ogatu Niger, please give us your final submission. Thank you very much.
yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me. The issue that I want to raise, I think the previous speaker is correct that the government is not doing what they promised. I'm just even looking at that manifesto. Every time they keep talking about recruitment, but they're not doing it too. And this is probably the reason why they shot Erufai out of that government, because he is very, very hawkish when it comes to security. And if he was there, probably he would not be. Sorry, there's a bit of noise coming through. He will not be like our current national security advisor. Jonathan, please mute yourself. Yeah, he's not going to be like our current national security advisor that ended up, begging Igbo people, embarrassing them by begging them. So, and you can wonder, you can see why, our women can get kidnapped, our children, and they can get kidnapped because these people are not telling us anything. The other day I was talking to a Nigerian, you can call them elites, really, and a Nigerian elite. And somebody just asked a simple question about, what, effect foreigners had on our election. And he was like, oh, don't stop blaming foreigners and all the rest of it. And that we should take responsibility for ourselves and we should stop blaming foreigners. And what I got from that was that they always make it look like we are the only problem, that there is no problem out there. And I will leave this question to people to answer because this is one of the ways you can tell whether your leaders are diabolically lying to you and they are serving other people. If you have a child, or you just with any child, and there is a snake that you see, would you not want to warn that child that, you know what, that thing that you are seeing there could be dangerous? Is it not a logical thing to do? But do you see our leaders warning us about possible people that are danger to us? They never do that. And yet, the people that they like to say, they like to pretend as if we are always blaming, those people define themselves against other people all the time. The US defines itself against Russia, defines itself against China, Al-Qaeda, name it. They define themselves against everything else. But when you ask our leaders, why is it that these things are happening? Could it be that there are some people that are causing problems? They will tell you, stop worrying about them, worry about yourself. Both things can be true. We are ultimately responsible, just like that man with that child or that woman with that child is responsible for that child, but that person is also responsible for letting the child know that that snake could be dangerous. So it tells you the way our people think. And I wasn't very happy because the person that asked that question, I felt the person was making a valid point. And I'm sure maybe the elite that shot that person down is also thinking twice. Because sometimes some people do this and they don't even know they are doing it. They weakened us so badly. I really can anybody even picture what it's like the days that our kingdoms fell, how it was like, what the women were doing, what the children felt like. Nobody thinks about those things. And all these type of things gives me sleepless nights, and it gives me trust issues when you hear that 700 and something people were kidnapped in 1 week. And if you look at their manifesto, they promised us they will recruit. They keep saying it. They repeatedly, many times they put it there. They're going to recruit. But you hear him talking about recruit now. This is the lie they tell you. Even Buhari tell you they will recruit. They will not recruit. They will tell you be patient. They will not do anything. These people are not leaders. They are there to betray you. This is why whenever IMF shows up, they do what the IMF tells them. You remove subsidy and you replace subsidy with even higher subsidy. What kind of double mumu is that? That's, you say you were removing subsidy when petrol was around 100 naira, and the naira value was around 600 or 700. And now you remove the subsidy. Now the gap between the actual subsidy price and the actual price we are supposed to be paying for petrol is around 600 naira. Before it was around 500 or so. Now it's around 600 or more. Because if we're paying the original price we are supposed to pay without subsidies, petrol price will be about 1,500 naira right now. So he's still subsidizing the naira, the petrol, and the Nigerian currency has depreciated on top. It tells you that these people, they know what they are doing. Buhari, all of them, they all know what they are doing. They are playing the same game. Keep the country strong enough not to collapse and weak enough never to develop, so that we see small things, we start praising them. Oh, you've done so well. You've done so well. This is not how normal nations should operate. I have been saying this. This is not how normal nations operate. Normal nations, when they want to build something, they get it built. If they want power, they get power. Power is not a problem. How is it that we cannot even generate power? The other day, I was just hearing that they came and stole Nigerian power supplies in the national grid. This thing, when they put the places, the stations where they put the equipment, they come and steal that one too. Oh, that's another security problem, isn't it? When they tell people recruit, and Tinubu knows, they cannot say they don't know. Now they know, because that's what they promised us in their manifesto, that they will recruit, and they gave us numbers, but they refuse to do it when they get into office. The president, and nobody is calling them out on it. Not the press, not Rufai, that is always that likes to call out leaders. He doesn't go back to their manifesto and say, anytime any APC person comes here, this is what I will be telling them. Look at your manifesto. Look at what you promised. Why are you not doing it? Why is nobody holding them accountable? So they will get away with these things if nobody is holding them accountable. And the funny thing is that if Nigerians really start pushing them, I believe they will do it. Because I have seen a situation whereby when Nigerians turn on an idea, the government will backtrack. Like with the palliative stuff that we're thinking about, and quite a few things, even within this last couple of months, some things the Nigerian people don't like, the government will backtrack if we pressure them. And this is why I keep saying we should be running a campaign to pressure them to do what they say they're going to do in that manifesto, especially on security. The previous speaker has talked about if Trump or other leaders drive them to go to Nigeria, that it's not a bad thing, and I think it's true. Maybe they should all kick us out of foreign countries. I'm not going to cry if I'm going back to Nigeria. I'm telling you, if they kick me out from the UK and I'm going back to Nigeria, I'm not going to cry. Because you know why? Because I know my fellow Nigerians are following me back. The ones that don't want to come back are the ones that want to come back. They all following me back. With all that they are brave, they like it or not, they will come and help build that country. But if they have the voluntary option, they will not come back. So, but that question remains. If you see a snake and you are with a child, is it not your duty to warn that child that that snake could be dangerous? Please, people, answer this question, because our leaders don't do that to us at all. They don't tell us the truth.
All right. Tunaja, thank you, sir, for your time with us today, and thanks for your submission as well. Okay, let me call on Mr. Oduwa before I come to Mr. Jonathan. Mr. Oduwa, give us a final
Go to
submission, sir.
Mr. Jonathan first.
But now your turn now. Okay, let me pick this call. Hold on. Let me pick this call. Law of God is my strength. Thanks, Mother, for calling back. Please.
1 minute, I won't stay long.
Right.
You know, when I had two Nigerians speaking, I was just laughing. You know, Nigeria, since I was born, if Mr. Jonathan can support me, there have never been a time that we don't complain about this country. We've been complaining even before some of you, Mr. Nigerian was born. Nigeria, we have been complaining. We have been talking. When with this country, are we the only people in the world? Are we the only country that we cannot get our act together? Are we the only person that we are going to continue like this? We talk and talk and talk and talk. We are still here. Nothing is changing. It's the same thing. We talk from 1 year, same thing to another. Then something must happen. No, I'm tired. Thank you.
Thank you, ma. Thank you. Yes, something must happen, but we are not sure how it's going to happen. It's very sad, you know. It's very sad. We'll find ourselves this way. Let's move on, guys. Mr. Dowa, please talk to us.
Okay, thank you. Just 3 minutes. Yes, thank you. I'll be 4 minutes. Well, as you know, me, I don't change my word because I always talk so that our people when they has go they hear, they go feel they follow up. Our mama when they sell something for market, they'll feel they know say that their children they talk for year. So see what they talk so that they go feel they follow up. The only I never see unless my brother may come speak go to me go for us. May he speak Latin, speak Dutch, speak everything. We go clap for him for that. Well, anyway, my auntie just said that since Nigeria they have been complaining. No, in our time, in our era, we never complain in Nigeria because that time there was Ogbamudia Road, where then there was school food in the school, Adrosali food in the school. So there was light, although despite our people were when NEPA be, they refused to pay that enable all the light to collapse today. So we are living, and you know, our people said government work, you put it in the shoulder, you rest in your shoulder. When it's heavy, you throw it off. So we never know that we're supposed to be putting government work in our head. And so this, you know, we did not complain. It was when military take over the country, which the criminal of the military who rule it to their detriment that enable Nigeria to become a white forest today, which the wild animal are eating their prey. So that is why people are not complaining. When they were going down, when the country was going down, by the time you now take light, they brought back the light. Everybody shout, "Hey, NEPA don't bring light." So these are what we're experiencing. But for those who have said Nigeria will be great again, Nigeria had never been great. None for me, Nigeria have never been great because we're supposed to be seeing new thing. What we are seeing is old thing. What Nigeria are using is what people condemn in another country. And Nigeria cannot create their own. We heard that Russia wanted to make, I think, in Benue, a steel or something like that will be making our own ions. But because of the bad and wicked leaders we have, then instead of them signing the contract with Russia, they now went and invite Indian to come and do another person job. So these are the problem we have. If we have the right good-hearted people, because one thing is to be good, but the other thing is to carry out the goodness in you. So we have good people. We have those who said they want to do it, but they are not concerned. When they enter there, they will not want to do it. So that is the problem. We pray that God hear our prayer, delete all these sports criminal elements, then and renovate new elements that can make the country good for us. So it's our prayer. So that is only what I can say. And for those who are Catholic, we say, so we pray. Amen. So that is all. Thank you. Good night, everyone.
Udoa, can you answer the question I asked about if you see a snake and you're with a child, would you not warn the child about the danger the snake poses?
Oh, snake doesn't pose for those who really you don't you see some people play with snakes.
Hold on. So you are literally telling me if you are with a child, you see a snake come into your compound, you'll be like, relax, it's okay.
No, it's just to kill the snake. That's all.
Okay. So, but what would you tell the child when the child sees a snake next time?
I will still tell him to kill snake now.
Okay, so that is the point I'm trying to make. Our leaders don't do that to us. They make it look like our potential rivals, competitors, and sometimes downright enemies are fine. We should just pretend as if everything is okay.
Because we agree to follow them. For those who traveled upon our travel, what do we learn? What do we bring back home? So that is one thing we need to. Travel is part of education. Well, China today, they are great. Where do they start? We were calling them imitation, China, but today they are doing the best. So why can't we do the imitation? When Abba do something, did we patronize it? Instead of we patronizing Abba, we hate them.
Yeah, so some of us do it, and when some of us even ask our elite why they don't do these things, or just ask questions pertaining to that. Let's say a child sees a snake and says, "Oh, there was a snake in the compound." The elite will tell them, "Forget about it. The snake is not a problem. Worry about yourself." That's how our leaders behave.
Thank you to Niger. I beg, make us still let me still close on time today. Thank you very much to Niger. God bless you. I have somebody on the phone before I come to the final person on the panel. Madam Origin. Thank you very much, Madam Origin. So please talk to us. Thank you.
Yes, I'm just calling for Madam Love of God is my strength. I do always have a trigger when someone is a talk together, like, please, if the people that are doing us wrong, if these evil people are paying millions of naira to have someone come and speak and confuse, bamboozle, disorient the Nigerians, I must come to debunk them. Talking is no longer cheap. We must talk. Exactly. We must keep highlighting on the evil. We must keep screaming until we hear ourselves and someone else hear us. I think we are not even talking enough, to be honest. We need everyone to have their microphone and start screaming and tell the sleeping Nigerians to wake up. And I say it here all the time. When you are awake, stay awake. Don't ever think you're talking too much. Don't ever think you are, don't get weary. Anytime you get tired, tell yourself the problem is not yet over. You see, Mr. Buhari that is somewhere. When it look like the fire is coming and he'll come and put his own word. He with his own mouth saying that there is nothing they can do. That will keep me awake for a little bit more, and that will bring me here a little more. Because it's like, where is this problem coming from? The problem we have is that the worst of the worst is ruling the best of us and all the people that need to be taken care of. While you have people that in their brain, look at the likes of Akpabio. Like I always say, they need to go and check that man's brain. Everything he says is like you want to slap yourself and make sure you are not in a dream. Look at the AKA, that is the number one public officer, the number one representative, the number one role model in our country. Why would that make you sleep? So we have an inundated problem that needs to be resolved. And one thing I know, and I say it here clear, it doesn't matter who is trying to paint the picture. When you have a mismatch, what happened to Aguirre Accord? What happened to Jonathan National Confab? What happened to all this call to come and address the issue? The problem is not that we don't know the problem. It's not like, it's just like the people that need to, come to table refuse to come to table. But what I'm saying is, this time we are awake, this table, it must turn. Something has to give. We keep screaming until that thing that needs to give gives, and the people that own, the owners of the land, the owners of the resources, the owners that are supposed to utilize their resources to develop their land are given opportunity. And what I mean is give them opportunity to develop their land. You won't let them. Now, let me say, Mr. Which I know you're not going to like this, but I'm going to say it anyway. How can it be that someone is screaming, we are hungry, but meanwhile, in your side, you are the one that a whole lot of things are going on there. You are hungry. 75% of the resources is in your hand. You are hungry. The rulership has been in your hand all along. What are you using with all the money? Where are you taking the money? What is the money doing? Until that question is answered, until that equation is balanced, then we're going to continue to scream and shout that this need to give. Whatever that is in the middle needs to cut so that we can reset this country and find out how we can, develop our country. All of us outside and those inside can develop this country. It is not a rocket science to be civil and to do the right thing. Thank you, Mr. Naidoo.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Madam Origin. Yes, I agree with Madam Origin, because at the end of the day, our talking here is very, very important. This is one of the things that these people don't like. They don't like it. They don't like Nigerians to even go on air and talk anymore. Apart from that, what is Chinese television doing? What is Arise doing? What is BBC doing? What is CNN doing? So, yes, all of us are doing the same thing. The only difference between them and us is that they have more privileges to invite prominent people into their platform that will quickly come in there to speak to them. That's all. But they are talking. They are not sorting any country's problem. Thank you, Black Panther, for calling in. Please talk to us. Good evening to you.
Thank you, Mr. Naija. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes.
I want to thank everybody that has spoken. But sometimes we do something that really is not what we are used to online. Now, to Naija, I want to address your own issue. You come here, you speak about security, and you tell those that have gone through security line and studied things about security, when they come online to speak, you are not telling them that they are not security experts. Then you speaking about recruiting military men when you have insurgents, I will tell you, you are ignorant of any security arrangement. And I asked you a question about Nigerian security arrangement, you couldn't speak concerning that. So you as a person, you are ignorant. You are not even you don't even come close to security expert, but you are ignorant of the fact on ground about security. So don't go and study more, go and look at security arrangement of other countries and look how I'm just opposing with what you have in your country. You don't need to pump in men when you are having a terrorist insurgent. All you need is technology and the men on ground. You use special force and technology. You go before them, before they counter everything they want to come out. You counter them before they come into your country. That is what you're supposed to do, and that requires a lot of security, a lot of tech equipment that you need to overcome those aspects. And I want to say something also. Those of us that come here to say, "Oh, about Trump," all of you are just we are carrying our Nigerianism into American politics. One, Those of you that are Christians that went with the evangelical, you all are liars. And I'll prove that when I come into and I'll bring facts. We'll table Trump economic policy, and we'll table Biden economic policy, and we'll table the achievement. This is all about America. This is all about the world. This is all about America. And those of you that are still speaking about slave trade, please, you need to go for therapies so that you can awaken yourself and function in the 21st century, where you go in-house and develop yourself, develop your country, and stop going the Anglophone or whatever you say. Those are irrelevant in terms of affairs. Go inward and develop your state, and you have the courage to speak to other countries. And mind you, Nigeria is not a friend to America. So get that clear. Thank you, Mr. Nigeria Watch.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Okay, Mr. Jonathan, please give us your final submission.
Can I respond to this? This
Okay.
this Black Panther. Black
Okay,
Panther
1
is
minute.
just
Go
like
ahead.
traffic. Thank you. I don't know what Black Panther is on, really. He just attacks me for no justifiable reason. Clearly, it's obvious. If I was wrong, Tinubu wouldn't even use it as his own manifesto. P2B wouldn't use it as his own manifesto. Atiku wouldn't use it as their own manifesto. They know the problem. And I started saying it even before they released the manifesto, that this thing, our security posture, is wrong. That is not how a nation should be. I don't know what Black Panther is talking about, because sometimes I don't know, man. I can't. He didn't even address any specific point, and now he's saying that Nigeria is not a friend to America. Jesus Christ, come on, let's not kid around.
Yeah, hello, Mr. Elvis.
Okay, if you're there, sir, please, your final submission.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Elvis. I think when you talk about manifesto, it's also clear that they have no intention of doing it. If it is a problem, they will solve it. It's all political salesmanship, political marketing. They put all that in the manifesto, but they have no intention. They know they are not going to do it. It is not a core problem for them. They don't have, they are not even, for them, see, when it comes to election, to campaign, it's a different ball game. When it comes to re-governing, they take it to another level. That is Nigerian politicians for you. See, let me say this clearly. In response to one of the comments made by Two Nigeria, Nigerian government don't listen. Nigeria has never, at any point in time, had a government that listen. They don't listen. Please, let's get that clear. All in in caps. All in caps. Nigerian government don't listen. When you see them, it appears that they listen. It is because there is something for them to gain out of it, either temporarily or when it comes to election time. They don't listen. Where do you want to start from? Nigerian government listen in 2022. Nigerian lecturers, university lecturers went on strike for more than 8 months. The issues are still there till today. Is that a government that listen? We're talking of electricity being our major problem till kingdom come. Is that a government that listen? Medical problem, health care issues. They can't even go to, they can't even, if they have headache, they can't even buy Panadol in Nigeria. If they can't even buy paracetamol in Nigeria. Is that a government that listen? Don't even go there. Nigerian, we don't have a government that listen. Nigerian government has never been a listening government. Till today, they don't listen. We're talking of constitutional nonsense. Is that a government that listen? To trash the whole constitution, this document they call constitution, the 1999 constitution, and they said as amended. What is it that you amended on that document, other than those things that benefit you? Is it the inclusion of Sharia that you want to say is it benefits Nigeria? Where is that a government that listen? People are talking of the electoral nonsense. Is that a government that listen? Where do you can even say it over and over and over. So they don't listen. So when it appears that they listen, it's only when it suits them for their own whims and caprices. Period. So don't let us sell that even to people that doesn't even know what is going on in Nigeria, that we have a government that listens. We don't. And the there's this caption or this article presented by Mr. Elvis earlier in the broadcast about the Nigerian government, receiving support or help from the US. When you are reading that, the question that came to my mind is, what kind of help? What kind of help? First of all, it's an acknowledgement of failure. You are receiving help from the United States. What kind of help? Is it intelligence? Is it technology? Is it manpower? Is it equipment? They will never be specific, never in their life. They can never be specific. They can never be transparent. It's all about they will always be vague, ambiguity in everything that they say. You are telling your people that are being slaughtered that help is coming, and you can't tell them specifically what kind of help. I can tell you for free, any help that is coming, the government officials that are there, the public servants, those are the political appointees, the civil servants, those are the career civil servants. They are all waiting for what they are going to get out of it, and they will sabotage it. Because this is not the first time that the United States is offering, herself to help Nigeria, and nothing eventually will come out of it. So that is Nigeria for you. And finally, I wanted to talk on what Madam Origin, mentioned this last call. Our last call, and that is something that I wanted to talk on. She mentioned it, and thank you. That the Nigerian government, when you see what is happening as a Nigerian in the north, even these last days alone, you will not but just only cry for that country. The amount of massive investment, money that has been put into that part of the country, and what I was seeing on TV for the last 4 days. Look at schools in Kaduna. You will cry for Nigeria. When I say the world is watching, when I saw that video on TV, I wanted to confirm. I check all the news network. Of course, we are all living in at least most of us, people are living in the Western countries, and you have access to to TV stations, global network. Check all the global network; they are showing it. That picture of those schools. Is that not a shame? CCTV, the Chinese network, they showed it. Filipino TV, they showed it. The Punjabi TV, they showed it was there. And they just kept on showing, not to even talk of Al Jazeera. That one is there. Everybody is seeing that in Nigeria. All this network, all these things were all over the place. Hero News is all there. And they just station on those schools. That's a shame. The world is watching. Look at schools. Look at classrooms. When I saw it on Filipino TV, I wept for that country. With the amount of money they're pumping into those areas. Governors of those states, governors after governors. Look at schools, Nigerians, Nigerian government. All of you should be ashamed of yourselves. Extremely ashamed of yourself. What a shameless set of people that have had the opportunity to superintend over this country for the last 25 years now, quarter of a century. Look at schools. With the amount of money they have injected there. Look at it. If you are anywhere at all, in any part of the world, can you call that schools? They look like places I will go here to go and they look like slaughterhouses where they slaughter rams. Yes, so slaughterhouses are better than that. It's not a joke and it's not an exaggeration. With all the money they have, and this year after year, and that is Kaduna State. The same thing across all the states in Nigeria. You will go to deep deeper, rural areas. You will see schools. Those are the places where schools should be the best because things are relatively cheaper. Perhaps you will get labor cheaper. But look at schools. Look at the conditions under which students are going to school. We should cry for that country. And they will come out, they say what they are doing is yielding results. Please, somebody go and show Madam Tinubu the pictures of primary and secondary school in Kaduna, in Kuriga, in Kaduna State. Go and show her and say the Renew Hope is yielding results. Can she send her grandchildren to those schools? Can she even send a gardener children to those schools? And we say we have a country. And they say they are superintending over it. They should be ashamed of themselves. The world is watching. That is what the world is seeing. This past 72, 4 days counting now, when these children were kidnapped. This thing is all over the world. I saw it everywhere, all over. That's so shameful. And that is what we're seeing in Nigeria. So please, we don't have a government, and they can play their propaganda, they can do whatever they want to do, continue to lie to Nigeria, knowing fully well you are aware that you have failed. You continue to fail because it's not a rocket science. It's not a rocket science to build dignifying classrooms for Nigerian children where they can go to, primary school students where they can go to. Look at the roofs of those schools. Those schools have been built maybe 50 years ago, dilapidated. And they will say giant of Africa. We like to deceive ourselves. Go there. Go and see for yourself. Minister of Education, Special Advisor on Education, Mr. President. That's the nation you are superintending over. That's the nation you are calling giant of Africa. That's the nation you are calling the best second economy in Africa. It's so disappointing, but that's where we are. That is why we need a new Nigeria. That is everything we are just hoping for. That's what we are fighting for. And finally, again, I will allude to what Madam Origin said. We are not even speaking enough. If you think that we're just talking, no, we're not just talking. In fact, we have not even started. Mr. Elvis, thank you very much. I will leave it at that for now. And my greetings to everyone. Thanks. I appreciate it.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, my wonderful people. We've come to the end of this broadcast. They still managed to drag on to almost 4 hours. Thank you for your time with us today. Every one of you that joined the panel today, starting with Madam Patricia, Mr. Jonathan, Ogato Naija, Mr. Oduwa, and some people came in that already left. Thank you very much, Mr. Ike and others. And I'm going to bless my people. I appreciate every one of you. Those of you that called into the show, thank you very much, Madam Origin, Madam Love God is my strength, Black Panther, and Mr. F.A., and many others that called in. I appreciate you all. Yes, on the comment section and I would like to quickly acknowledge those of you that supported the channel today. I would like to start with Pretty AJ. Thank you very much. Peggy Modi, Amaka Fujebi. Thank you, Josh Blueshell, Mr. Joseph Oji, Oscar. Thank you, Larry Dippo, Madam Bella Naomi, and Oscar once again. And God bless them, my people. I really do appreciate you all. May pocket never run dry. Continue to support us. Continue to encourage us to do more for you. Continue to share our videos. Continue to like our videos. Continue to do your part for us to have a better Nigeria in our time. Is one person cannot do it. So whatever that we're doing on this panel is a collective effort. So I appreciate every one of you. I'm not taking anybody for granted. Let's continue to do the talking. They don't like it. Yes, let's continue to call them out to do the right thing. We can't continue like this. Our country is not working. Since I was born, Nigeria have never been working. So that is just the fact. So I'm doing my part to see that Nigeria work in my own time. So let's continue to put in that effort and do our part. I appreciate every one of you right there, everyone right there on the comment section. May God bless you, all my people, all our spectators, and those of you that doesn't join the panel or doesn't write at all. You're watching us and you mean well for Nigeria. God bless you. Mother of all Mommy Diaspora, thank you very much, Mommy. I appreciate you. Thanks for all you do. Thank you very much, Guy Wanlele. Thank Oga Chris. I can see you right there. Comfort Bebe, thank you very much. God bless you. Mother Patricia Takujumi is on the comment section as well. Tracy Jacobi, thank you. Peggy Modi, thank you. Thank you, Michael Organamaro. Victory all the way. Ray Abo Azi, thank you very much. Martina Abasi TV, madam, we saw you earlier on. Thank you very much. God bless you. I appreciate every one of you, my wonderful people. Yes, I'm very happy that we closed on time today, but I was targeting 2 hours, 30 minutes, but still 3 hours, 35 minutes still counting means a lot to me as well, so that I can have some time to relax, prepare myself, then we hit it again tomorrow, 6 p.m. Guys, do your part by pressing that like button before you leave. And those of you that are going to be playing back our video later on, please do your part. When you've finished and you're happy with the submission of my wonderful panelists and my callers and everyone, please do your part as well by pressing the like and share our videos so that our voices, our submissions, our plight can go far. Also use the super thanks. Super thanks is right there for those of you replaying to show appreciation to the channel, encourage the channel to do more for you. Thank you very much. For those of you that is coming across this channel for the first time, please subscribe to us, hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we are here so that you can join this live interactive session, or rather, you'll be updated whenever we upload a video. My people, we've come to the end of this broadcast. That is all I have for you guys today. And I'll see you guys again tomorrow by God's grace. Fingers crossed. We'll meet here again by 6 p.m. Nigeria time. Good night, my people, and bye for now.
Oh,